Words Are Swords, Episode 1. Be so talented, they can't deny you. Words are swords because the truth will always cut through the ego no matter what. On our first episode, I will be interviewing the amazing, kind-hearted, legendary, black belt at the age of 13, barbershop owner at the age of 21, my good friend and brother, AR. In this interview, you will hear the full story behind Ace's barbershop, his journey of becoming an entrepreneur, his spiritual journey of loss and overcoming, his perspective of life itself. I had so much fun recording this episode. We got kind of deep in the Henny, but it just made for better conversation. I hope everyone enjoys this episode. The first episode, history in the making, legendary shit. Shout out to Danny and Fiddle. This is Words Are Swords, the podcast.
Just me and you, so
bro,
it's like our usual talks. And
I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you so much.
I also tell you that how proud I am of you because I seen you grow. I seen you come to the shop as a young king and get that cut, and then you periodically pop in.
It's so crazy because you never expect that.
No,
like, I remember. I think it was Miami Fades. You were working at.
That was which house? The house or the?
You worked at another location too, didn't
Gamble.
you?
So I was.
You didn't work at Maple?
No.
You didn't?
I was at the house, and then we went to Vaughn.
Vaughn. That's the one I'm talking about. You worked at Vaughn.
I went to Vaughn.
Yeah, I came in at Vaughn once, and I remember I was just waiting for a cut, and they're just like, yo, you're going to be with Tito. And it's like, you know, it's like as a kid, you always look up. Like, for me, especially the barbers were always like someone you kind of look up to. And I always had this nervous feeling of like getting a haircut. You know what I'm saying? I bet like kids feel that too.
You don't know what to ask.
Yeah, it's like, yo, you don't want to ask, you don't want to, like, you know, you don't want to, like, it's like, you know, I guess, like, you know, they're like the cooler people and like,
you don't know what kind of cut you want.
Yeah, you don't know, like, you know, they always like, they hit you with the lines like, yo, so number 4, number 5? I'm like, yo, I don't know.
Just run it.
Just run it,
All
whatever,
fit?
yeah. Yeah.
Whatever you want to give me.
Yeah. Like,
there was a point where I'll go to my barber and be like, whatever kind of fade you want to give me, bro. Just make sure it's a 2 on top and whatever you want to do.
I remember I used to get a bald fade, 5 on top, line up. That was like my go-to cut.
When was the first time you got a real haircut? And how'd you feel? After?
Like a fade. You're talking about the fade game.
Fade, blade, alcohol. You're like, yo, my hairline can look. Like, what was the first time you got your first cut?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And where'd you get it?
I think it was actually on the same block here, man. There was Miami Fade. Yeah. And then there was the other one right beside it. California. Was it called?
California Fades, yeah.
I think that was the first time I got a fade. Yeah. California Fades. And then I think Dwight used to own that. Yeah. And then he moved down to the house. Yeah. And started going to Dwight. I think I got a couple cuts from Dwight, but he was always busy and stuff. So, and my cousin was close friends with Shadow. Shout out to Shadow Hilltop. It's one of the sickest barbershops.
That's my brother right there,
yeah,
bro.
Real love.
That's the brothers, yeah. Angel, Shadow,
everyone from that
Crispy.
shop. Yeah, everyone from that shop.
Everyone, bro. Tim, Clay.
One shot to them.
Yo, man, I love Hilltop.
You
guys are the best,
yo. And then I seen Shadow, and I'm like, yo, like, you know, my cousin, and he's like, yeah, yo, we were boys, this, that, and then like, bro, I swear to God, I went into that store, Tito, I think it was 3 p.m. I ended up coming out with a haircut at 10. I waited at that shop.
You walked in.
I walked in, bro.
You're a walk-in,
on a Tuesday.
Walk-ins that's what you gotta do.
On a Tuesday.
Walk-ins gotta be willing to bear the grit of waiting.
Yeah, $15 Tuesday. That's what it was. And
yeah, you had to wait.
Yeah, we waited, and
was it 15 or 20?
It was 15.
Jeez.
$15 Tuesdays.
Imagine charging 50 for a haircut now. They'll even get you a lineup.
Crazy, bro. I was honestly thinking of doing that, to be honest.
Honestly?
I was thinking of doing $20 Tuesdays for the shop.
It generates so many people who can't afford that, and they get accustomed to it.
Yeah, and some plans I also have for the shop, I wanted to do like, every once in a while, I want to do like a day where all our barbers, we cut, and then whatever we make, during the day we put towards a foundation or like cancer treatment or something to help out, you know, give back. Because like we talked about before, like the world is a lot about like giving.
Yes.
The more you give, and you don't necessarily do it to get back, but it just give.
There's a certain
give
feeling,
and don't accept.
There's a certain feeling that comes when you give something without wanting anything in return.
Yeah.
You feel it in your
just
heart.
help. It's one of the best feelings.
You feel
in
it
the
in your
world.
heart, and I feel like that's the true currency. That's the true currency,
yeah.
you know? Once you start adding money to it, you start adding like,
oh, yo, I did this for you. I want something back.
You have those yucky.
I hate those. Yo, those ones are the worst. Like,
people
they do
like,
something for you, and then they're like, yo, you remember I did that? And then you're like, okay, yo, don't do something and then bring it up. If you're gonna do something, do it from the purity of your heart.
Yeah.
Don't accept nothing.
Or if you're gonna do something for me,
return.
just be like, can we bargain a deal?
Yeah.
Be real about it, you know? Be like, yo, I'm this for you. Can we do something in the future? Be like, yeah, for sure. But if you do something and it's like, yeah, don't worry about it, bro. You say if I'm offering you, be like, yo, let me take care of it. Like he's like, yo, don't worry about it, bro. Then like X amount of time, they're like, yo, what about that?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's weak, bro.
Yeah.
That's weak.
But I'm thinking, so we're talking about my first fade. So I was telling you, but you guys were like, you guys started that, at least for us. I think I was part of that. Bless you.
Allergies, don't worry. June season can be fucked up.
But yeah, I think I was part of that. Like.
How old are you?
Group. I was the grade like 6, 7 when Miami Phase was bumping.
How old are you now?
20.
Wow.
20 years old.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Love, bro. Love.
But yeah, it was the peak of that Miami Phase era. But like, where did you guys start your cuts? Like, where did you learn to cut hair?
I learned to cut hair from DVDs and guinea pigging my brothers.
Really, eh?
Yeah. So my first like haircut wasn't even a full haircut. It was like your respect. It was like my first straight blade. So I got like a whatever haircut, shaved head, and it was in Keswick, and this guy's name was Rabbit.
But was it like the fades we're giving nowadays or not?
No, it was like a one level shave, no fade, and the only thing he did that was stand out. He put hot lather in the back of my neck.
Okay, and he shaved it with a straight blade.
And I'm like, yo, what is this, bro? And I asked him like, yo, can you touch my edges up? And he did that too. Thank you, bro.
No worries, brother.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mad love, yeah. That Henny.
Woo.
That Henny. So yeah, and I got that. I'm like, yo, it's cool. And then eventually I found this barbershop called Trendsetters in Newmarket.
Newmarket. Oh shit, yeah, bro. People talk about that barbershop. It's an old barbershop, it's been around for a minute.
It's been around for a minute. They're like the first.
It was like the first fade place.
shop in Newmarket. So now they're like a staple.
I heard they were even before like Richmond Hill and shit.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't know that.
Trendsetters has been like a lot of people I talked to. Like Trendsetters was the spot.
They probably moved around and found an untapped market.
Yeah,
and just settled in. So I got a call from my barber named Mark. Mark actually, he told me he was leaving when he told me he opened up a shop in Barrie. That was just probably like 12 years, like 10 years ago, bro. It was a long time ago.
In Barrie.
In Barrie. So my homie, so Mark would cut my hair, and I would go there. So with Mark, I would literally, I worked night shift with my dad, and my dad, we would finish work, and we would get back in Newmarket around like 9 or 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So Mark would always start at 9:30 or 10. So I would literally just get dropped off. I'd be like, yo, Dad, drop me off here, and I'd wait on the curb until Mark would show up with his fucking tools and shit. And I was like the first guy there.
Is that when you started growing a little bit of passion for barbering?
Not even. So it was like probably like the 5th haircut when I was just like getting a cut, and then I went home and I got my calculator out, and I'm like, how much money do I spend per cuts per year? When you compound shit, you start seeing how much you're spending.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's a decent amount of spending on per year for haircuts.
Yeah.
I'm like, how if I take a fraction of that money and buy tools and cut my own hair?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm thinking
trying to make an investment for yourself.
Yeah, invest for yourself, trying to save money and shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, okay. So then the next time I got a cut from my boy Mark, I started asking him about his tools.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's that? This is all corded tools. Yo, it's a fast feed.
Oh shit.
Corded power tool, Oster, 76
Yeah,
classic.
I still have it.
Yo, bro, that's classic.
I still have
That's
it.
the reason.
I still
Don't
have
ever
it.
lose it, bro. That's the shit, bro. And he just taught me everything, you know? And then back in the day, bro, they had straight blade disposables that was a full handle with the blade on it. And he would use it and he would throw it away. And when he would use it...
Oh, it's like the one...
It's a whole tang. It's like the full blade.
Wait, you throw...
The whole thing out? Yeah. It's like a hard piece of plastic and there's a piece of blade already on it. They don't make... I don't know where you get those anymore. That'd be sick if we still had them.
Yo, that's sick.
And he would just throw it out. And I'm like, yo, are you going to throw that out after? He's like, well, yeah. It's like, I just use it on you. I'm like, can I have it? He's like, yeah, for sure. Like, I use it on you, so might as well.
Sick.
And then I remember one time I put them in my pocket and I didn't put any coverage on it. I just put it in my pocket and I'm like, I remember I used to bus back in the day and I had to go catch a go bus from Newmarket to Keswick. So I go to get my wallet
Ooh, the hand.
The hand.
Ooh.
The hand, bro. So then it happens so fast. It's thin blade, right? You don't even feel it. It's like butter. I'm like, and I felt a sting. I'm like, oh, whatever. I come back out. I'm like, fuck. There's like blood running down my hands.
Shit,
I'm at the Go Bus terminal. I'm like, yo, can I get a Band-Aid? She's like, you can buy a Band-Aid. I'm like, wow, I'm bleeding all over your shit. You're gonna send me a Band-Aid? I'm like, give me a fucking okay, I'll buy a Band-Aid. Do my shit up all over my hand and stuff. Anyway, then I brought that blade home, cleaned it off, and then I used it on myself. Fuck my face up bare. But a straight blade was the very first tool that I learned from barbering.
That was like me too. That was like me. Exactly.
So then once I went back to Mark again and I asked him more about his tools and stuff, right? And I started taking mental notes. So the following day after I got my cut, I went home and I'm like, I looked on eBay. It was eBay back in the day.
Yeah.
And I ordered a pair of Oster camouflage tool set. It was a fucking Oster 76 Classic, a fast feed.
How much was it going for back then? Because they're like 3-4
full
bills
set.
now.
It was probably like almost 4 bills.
The whole set.
Yeah.
With the classic.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I think the Oster right now is a three something.
Probably. It's timeless machine, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
And it's like,
right now.
and like I don't know if Oster used to make this detail called T finishers. They're shit, bro. And it came with the package. But the cool thing, they're all camouflage. It was limited edition, right?
Yeah.
And then back then there wasn't YouTube bear tutorials back then. There was no 360 Jeezy.
Yeah, there's none of
that dope shit.
Yeah.
There's none of that. So
you just like learn off of like fucking cutting.
I ordered same day I ordered the tools from eBay. I ordered a DVD set from Mr. Official, which is a Chicago-based barber.
Oh, and he had DVDs
for
you to watch?
It was DVD days. This is DVD days.
Oh,
so I googled back in the day, or was it? I don't know if it was Yahoo or something back then was popping. And then it came up, and then I'm like, okay, say less. So I'm just gonna get that. And then I would watch these DVDs, bro, and think I'm lit. I mean, I know how to cut hair.
Yeah.
I know how to cut hair.
Yeah.
Fuck shit up.
Your first experience, bro. I remember my first experience. So, I'll tell you how exactly I got into cutting. I was in grade 10. I was in grade 10. I met Kusha. Shout out to Kusha, man. He showed me.
Kusha's the guy, bro.
Kusha's the guy, bro. One shot for him, bro. He showed me a lot of the way, and I'll tell you guys more about everything. But Kusha's like an older brother to me, man, and he really.
Kusha's ahead of his time, bro.
Yeah. He really helped me get to where I am today, and I give him a lot of like love and a lot of credit, you know, because he never like I go back to talking. He never did anything for me.
Yeah.
Wanting a return.
Yeah.
He wanted just good for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when you don't rarely meet people that are like that. You know, he just wanted me to, because he knew what time, like, my life was really hard.
And you guys are friends before barbering.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we were friends, and like he knew my life was hard and like what I was going through at the moment. And I remember I seen him in a Tim Hortons drive-through, and he's like, "Yo, I'm opening a shop in Aurora." And that's where I went to school at the time, and I lived at the time. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna start working for you." He's like, "Yeah, sure, come by." I'm like, "Bro, I'm not joking." I'm like, "Bro, I'm gonna come after school every day. I'm there." He's like, "Sure." So one day, just pop in after school, and he's like, "You serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, man."
I'm here.
So I started chilling, and I remember I'm like, I would watch Kusha a lot.
Just soaking in the game like a sponge.
Yeah, just soaking in. I'll be like, and I remember I was
He won.
Yeah, I was a cocky little guy. So I go up to Kusha, I'm like, "Bro, this is so easy, man."
Yeah.
Like,
he made it look easy.
yeah, I'm like, "Bro, what do you just fade this line out, fade that line out?"
You're just watching them cut, right?
Yeah, line up the beard, bro. How hard could it be? And he looks at me, he's like, "Yeah?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right." And my boy Tiwa, he was sitting there, and he's like, and he's like, "Yo, you want to give me a cut?" Cause like he didn't really know how long I was there for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Let's say like 3 weeks, 2 weeks. I was just watching, chilling, and I'm like, "Yo, Tiwa, let me cut you." And like, you know, we were in high school, we didn't really have money.
Yeah.
You know, so Tiwa was like, "Yeah, sure." It was expensive, you know what I'm saying? We're in high school, bro. It's like $30-$40 a cut.
Yeah.
So we're like, I asked Tiwa, I'm like, "Let me give you a cut." He's like, "Yeah, sure." So he sits in the chair, bro, and I go to work. Bro, these fucking lines wouldn't fade, bro.
You got lost in the fade.
Bro, I didn't even know what guidelines, what steps, bro.
Yeah.
Like, at the end, like, I did something with the hair.
Humbled.
I don't even know what I did with the hair. Yeah, that's my humbled experience right there, bro. That humbled me.
Was your boy like, "Yo, sick, bro"? Was he like, "Yo,
no, bro, and then I grabbed it
me."
right away. First cut.
Yeah.
No word of a lie. I grabbed the straight blade, put the razor, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm lining you up." First cut. I didn't do ballooning. You know how sometimes you do the balloon and...
Did you do yourself before that?
Nothing, bro.
Ooh, man.
Nothing. I put the straight blade in the razor. I'm like, "Yo, I'm going to work." Yeah. And this guy just sat.
Yeah.
And I bladed him. Didn't come out too bad. I was pretty good with it.
You didn't murk him?
It was red.
Okay, razor burn.
But no, razor burn, but no cuts.
Yeah, okay.
So like he had a lineup, but it was like a red lineup.
You felt that shit in the shower.
Yeah. And I see it, like he comes outside, he's having a cigarette, and I'm just looking at his face, and I'm doing one of these. I'm like, yo, fuck, because I see the red marks.
Red, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, man, like.
And
I'm
then
just,
you
yo,
felt
come
that.
inside. Yeah, and I'm just that right there, that moment. It wasn't even about haircutting.
Yeah.
I swear, it wasn't even about haircutting. Kush looked at me, he's like, not as easy as it looks, eh?
Yeah.
He's like, I bet you're gonna give up and go out. Right there. That was my main point of like, I'm gonna become a sick barber. I'm gonna be better than everyone.
Kusha knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing.
He knows you.
He would always push me to my He's like,
Kusha's the biggest troll, but his troll has a truth in it.
Truth. He will. His love is by pushing you harder.
Yeah.
And he'll be hard on you.
Yeah.
You know, he's not the type of guy that'll come and be like, yo, like good job, this, that, but like his heart, he's so proud.
Yeah, he's
so,
straight up.
Yeah.
Straight shooter.
So right that moment, I got cheesed because I'm a very competitive person.
Yeah.
I got very cheesed. You know what I'm saying? And I was very angry, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get this.
And you're a black belt too, right?
Yeah.
So then that tactic is like, yo, what do you mean?
Yeah.
You know, like.
At the time, I was going like in and out of karate.
Yeah.
Because so basically, I did most of my karate from grade 9 to 10.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I leaped forward in my field.
Yeah.
Like I started doing, like, my coach was like, wow, like I was just very dedicated.
Yeah.
If I put my mind on something, it's like, yo, I'm getting that shit done.
Yeah.
So, and then I started getting a back injury, and around grade 10, my parents got divorced.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a regular divorce.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, it wasn't like, hey, honey, let's split up. Like, it was pretty bad. I don't want to get into details or anything specific, but like, it was pretty bad, and we moved homes.
Yeah.
And me and my brother were living with my mom.
Yeah.
And within a span of 5 months after getting divorced, my brother got diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
My brother got diagnosed with cancer, and my mom and dad couldn't see each other because of like, just like
differences,
law stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
They couldn't see each other. So I was like at the house with my mom, and I'm in grade 10, and I'm in a situation where it's like, you know, your parents split up, and like, we don't come from like a really wealthy family, so like, you're not that comfortable in this type of situation to ask your mom or your dad for like, yo, can I get like a little bit of money
type shit.
like, I never got, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I never really got that allowance money or anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, what do I do right now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like my brother, like, he just got diagnosed with cancer too, and I'm like, I'm just going through it. I'm like, yo, what, like,
what's there to
what's
do?
going on? Like, my life just went like from like 0 to 100, like just flipped, man. Like living in a house with my mom, my dad, and like, you know, and it's like, we didn't grow up, like, my parents had a lot of struggles growing up. They would like fight a lot. You know, my mom got married very young, and whatever, just differences and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I was just going through it, and like, I remember I was angry a lot at the time, and it's like, I shouldn't be, because I did a lot of karate.
Yeah.
But when my back got injured, I didn't have that relief anymore. I didn't have anywhere to go vent or take out my stress. I couldn't, because I had a back injury. Yeah, my vertebrae slipped out. Yeah, so I was off that.
And that was your art at that point. That was your.
That was my art. That's everything I got. That's my
and then
love.
you didn't have that.
I
You're going through life,
yeah.
and then it's like, yo, what the fuck's going on?
What's going on? Like,
what
life just
can
switched.
I do?
Life just switched, and I'm not really a school person.
Yeah.
Like, I was good. Like, I remember I would go to school, and like, I would barely be at school, and then I would come in, and the girls would be like, yo, how'd you get like 70 or 80 on a test? Like, you're never here.
Yeah.
Right? But like, I wouldn't do the assignments or this or that, so it's like, school wasn't my option. I knew that.
You're a smart guy, but
I'm a smart guy,
didn't
but school's
stimulate
not for
you
me.
like that.
Yeah. School's not for me. The way I view school is like, yo, listen, if you're gonna get a diploma where your job requires school, do that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be in law, or if you're gonna be in, let's say, like something where it's a doctor or
engineer,
like something, it needs your diploma. But like, personally, and this is not out to anyone, but I wouldn't go to school for how to run a business or how to, you know, just stuff that it's entrepreneur.
You learn it through trial and tribulation.
You try, you go, you try, you go. You don't necessarily need someone to tell you exactly how to do it. You do it.
Yeah, you do it.
Yeah, out of experience. You go get an apprenticeship somewhere. Watch, see how it's done. Yeah. Boom, replicate it. And anyways, so my brother, the cancer at the beginning wasn't that serious. So it was just he had a tumor in his arm, and they said, we're gonna get rid of it.
Right.
And everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't look at it that deep. So he did chemo, he did stuff, and he eventually got better. And at the time, my mom and dad were really going through it, you know, like really bad, man. Like, and I felt bad for my brother, because he was in the mix of all this, because he has cancer. He has not really a stable place to rest his head or anything. And I remember my brother got cured of cancer, so they're like, "Yo, you're good." everything's blessed, and we were all happy. My mom, just because of everything that happened in that year with my dad and with Arya getting cancer and everything, she's like, I need a break. I'm going to Iran. And get it, it's just me, my brother, and my mom living in this house, and my dad's like living somewhere else. So it was just us three, and my mom goes to Iran. Around this time, I'm grade 11. And I'm like midway through grade 11. And I'm like, what the fuck, like, how am I getting schooled every day? Like, how am I going to school? You know what I'm saying? So my cousin Allah,
shout out Allah.
Shout out Allah, man. Doing it big in the music.
Shout out Allah,
doing it big in the music.
Shout out Allah, real shit, real talented soul, man. You know what I always say, man? Be so talented, they cannot deny you. At the end of the day, be so.
I get some shirts with that shit on it.
Yo, real talk. That's
what
Tony said too. You know who's actually a really good testament for that? Shadow's dad. Because what Shadow would tell me, his dad came to Canada back in the day.
Yeah.
When times are different, perceptions are different, and he's like an engineer.
Yeah.
And he's able to do things that you got to go to school for.
Yeah.
But people come to him because he has such a brilliant mind that even back in the day when people were super like racist towards things, they'd be like, yo, this guy's so sick, I cannot deny it.
You can't deny it.
Because what he does will save me money, and it's like, be so good they can't deny you, bro. Be so good that like no matter what, if they hate how you look on the surface, but your fucking brilliance will just.
That's one of the realest things I heard, man.
It's true, bro. It's true.
For real.
But no, you're saying?
Yeah. So it was my mom went back home. My mom went back home to Iran. She was there for a little while, and she was there for a bit, and yeah, bro, I was just like,
just you and your bro.
My cousin, Allah, he had a house right across the street from our school.
Yeah.
Right across. And shout out 22 Dunning, but that's the house we all grew up in. That was because his mom moved back home, so, bro, grade 11, Allah in grade 12, and my brother 1 year out of high school. Living in a house across the street with no parents. You know what I'm saying? So drinking, party. Not even, we weren't even into partying. I'll be honest. We weren't the party type. Our parties were 5 people, 6 people.
So this is the man.
Our boys, drinks, late night pizzas, COD maybe, watch a movie. You know, they would smoke some weed.
Just cool.
I would chill. Yeah, that was like, I'd sleep there, wake up, school across the street, back. Some days wouldn't go. Some days shop. Boom, boom, boom. That was my daily routine.
School, shop.
School. If I went to school, I went to school. If I didn't, I was at the shop.
Shop is school too.
Yeah.
Shop is actually a different type of school, right?
Yeah.
Because you see like every type of person come through that door.
So, and then I was going to the shop, and then my back started getting better at this point.
Okay.
And I remember being in the barber shop, and I'm like, yo, I don't like, because I wasn't like, Kusha gave me a pair of clippers. He gave me a senior, just a senior. He's like, yo, this is for you. And no liner, no Oster, no, maybe a 1, 2, and a 3 clip.
Did he give you a comb at least?
Yeah, I took combs. Yeah, he took care of me. He gave me his own senior.
Yeah.
He's like, this is the senior I started with. Yeah. It's yours now.
Yeah.
And it was kind of motivation for me, but because he was busy when he opened the shop, he was busy.
You could do a whole cut with just a fader.
That's what he told me.
Yeah.
I told him like, yo, Kusha, like I just seen you do a cut. Like you have all these tools, you're doing all these breakdowns, this, that. Like how am I gonna do it?
Start with this first, bro.
And then he just gave me that.
Yeah.
And I'm holding this, and I'm like, yo, what the hell am I gonna do with this?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I gotta break it, take the bulk off with like a power tool or some shit.
You do, but you don't.
You do, but at the time, that's what I'm saying. At the time,
that's what you're seeing.
That's what I'm seeing.
That's what you're seeing.
That's what I'm seeing. I'm like, yo, how am I gonna take the bulk?
Yeah. I need to do what you're doing.
Yeah. I have this senior in my hand. He's like, yo, like. And bro, you know when you start, your cuts might take like 45 minutes to an hour.
Even
and
longer,
an hour and a half
I would
of beer.
take like 2 hours for cuts.
I swear to God, sometimes you're like, this cut's not ending, bro.
It's never ending cut.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, fuck this, like, I wanna go home.
And then, he gave me this tool, and I'm like, yo, like, I'm just like, and at the time, no source of income. You know what I'm saying? No money to really, like, spend, like, anything. You know what I'm saying? Like Viva to the shop, back to the house, sleep. That's it. No really spending money.
Yeah.
And
not really making money either.
Nothing.
You're
bro.
just learning.
And sometimes it would be embarrassing or awkward for me because like they would be like, yo, AR, can you go pick up the food? Because like I would sweep and I would do that stuff, right? And I'd be embarrassed to be like. Because, like, obviously, like, nowadays, like, someone asks you to go pick up the food, you go pay for it, then you come, you get the money from your boys.
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, They'll be like, yo, Eric, can you go pick up the food? And I'll be like, yeah. And I feel awkward because like Kusha's my dog. He did so much for me. You know, like there was times where he like actually went out of his own pocket and maybe paid for a couple of my things and this and that. And he's like, and I just feel.
You
want
to reciprocate, but you can't.
And I feel awkward. It's like, yo, like I want to pay back for one of the meals.
You're taking out for dinner soon, Kusha.
Yeah. But yeah, and it just felt like I just like, bro, you wouldn't believe me, Tito. I would go like. Some days I would be just so dedicated to watching Kusha that I wouldn't eat.
Yeah.
Like we had these, Kusha remembers, we had these we had this jar, Kusha tail, everyone remembers, but it was my jar.
Yeah.
This guy would come put it was filled with nuts, like cashews, almonds, this, that, and it was a toonie.
Yeah.
It was a toonie. And I just stacked my toonies up, bro. I just put it in, and it had a little twist thing, and like the cashew would drop out. It was like a little box of cashews. I just chugged, like, and I'd be filled. Because nuts get you filled.
Yeah, cashews are heavy.
Yeah, they get you filled.
Yeah.
So that was my main meal. That and a soup from across the street.
Okay.
That was like my main meal during the day. And there's a point, like I said, my back was getting better, and I'm like, yo, like, I've been here for like a while now.
It was exclusive Aurora.
Exclusive Aurora.
Okay.
I was doing cuts,
Yeah.
say it, like, but like I said, I'm competitive.
Yeah.
And I was getting more angry, and it's a bad thing sometimes because you get angry. You don't.
Why
it's
am I
not
not there yet?
experience.
Yeah,
It's not experience. You don't know how to like. Things take time.
You're going through
you
the
need
motions.
patience. You're just angry. Like, why can't I cut the way these guys cut? And I was just super like,
You wanted to be there.
Yeah, I want to be there. I want to start making money.
Yeah.
You know, I remember like these guys, like a couple of the barbers there and whatever. Like, man, they had like stacks of cash, and I'm like they would be like, yo, what are we saying tonight? Let's go to the club. Not like Kusha wasn't really like that. Kusha, that's why we got along.
Yeah.
Me and Kusha were very similar.
Yeah.
A couple of the other barbers, they were very like outgoing and like let's do stuff or let's order shoes or this or that. I guess that's why I got really along with Kusha.
Yeah.
Because like he's making the same type of money, but he wasn't really flaunting.
He's looking at business from a whole different perspective.
He's humble.
He's different perspective.
Yeah, he's humble. He's just doing his own thing.
Because he had that experience at Levendale.
Yeah.
And he came from Pizza Nova.
Exactly.
And so he knows what it's like to go from like.
That's what I'm
like
saying. That's
9 to 5.
why I guess when he saw me,
I
kind of reminded of himself, you know, because like himself, his family's very hardworking, very like, so it's like, I kind of and he knew that I was serious, and that when I was there, I was there. That's the type of guy I am. I'm not gonna be there and be half-assed and chill. If I'm there, I'm learning. If I'm not there, it's because like I'm not coming in like half-ass shit. So it's like I was in the mix of all this because like I was good at what I did at karate. I'm like, bro, do I just give that up?
That was your reference.
I'm like, yo, my back's getting good. Like, I should go compete again. And my coach is telling me, and I felt very down. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, I felt anxious. I felt like I had a lot of anxiety because of everything that was going on. I just felt very anxious. Like, what am I doing with my life? And I remember I told Kusha, I'm like, I'm not cutting anymore. I'm like, yo, I'm done. I'm like, I don't want to cut no more. I'm just gonna go train. And my coach offered me, he's like, yo, we'll give you a job if you could teach classes. I'm like, yo, teach classes. Make some money. I have no money right now. I'm like, yo, I need money. And then I went and I did karate for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I trained, and my back got injured again. My back got injured again, and I didn't straight go back to the shop. I got a job at LA Fitness.
Okay.
At the juice bar.
Okay.
Mixing up juices.
Yeah, okay. Gotta make me a juice, bro.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I make sick juices. Shout out to my girl. I make some sick juices. But, yeah, man. And then I started working at the juice bar. And then we were in grade 12. I was going into grade 12. And I'm like, bro, like, let me do the barber thing one more time. I'm like, yo, I think I could do this. So I go back to the shop and I'm like, yo, Kusha, I want to learn again. He's like, yo, are you sure? Like, this is what you want?
Yeah.
This, that? And I'm like, yeah, man. And I made a little bit of money.
Yeah.
From the karate and the juice bar. I had a little bit of income. So I remember I actually helped out my mom a little bit. And then my uncle, he said, Arash, if this is what you want to do, I'm going to buy your first set of tools.
Nice.
He's like, I'll buy and bless you with your first set of tools.
That's good. You can have support like that.
Yeah. And I'm like, and I really could have used
shout
it, bro.
Shout out to Unks, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Unks.
Shout out to Unks. Oh, shit.
And I'm like, I could really use that right now. Got my first pair of tools, bro, and I felt like I was on cloud 9. Like Austin, senior.
Lay down in front of you.
Just lay down in front.
You having the shit plate and shit?
Yeah, everything. I just didn't have a chair.
Okay.
I didn't have a chair. So, what do I have? I have a chair like, not even like this. It's pretty nice. Like one of those, you know the fold ones?
Like you're breaking your
yeah,
back to do this
yeah,
shit?
Yeah, and there's a pool table in the back.
Uh,
Kusha's like, yo, all the chairs are booked.
yeah.
If you have cuts, just find a spot and do the cuts.
Sick.
I'm like, yo, respect.
Sick. Shout out to
So
Kusha for that, man.
I got a headband
Yeah.
with a light on it. Still have pictures of it. Got a headband with a light, and I went in the corner of the shop.
Like you're a
There's an
miner,
outlet.
bro.
Yeah, I got Walmart. They had these like suit, like kind of like briefcases.
Okay.
I got a briefcase, set up my tools nice, like my little station. Set it up on the pool table. Set up my little chair. Started messaging, bro. Went and printed cards with the money I had. Went and printed cards, went to the malls. Started handing them out.
Self-investments, baby.
Started handing them out. Boom, 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 boom.
So like how you see someone, you'd be like, yo, I got hair.
Bro, straight to them.
And what was your free cuts or $10 cuts, $5 cuts? Like what were you saying?
Honestly, mostly I started charging when I got my chair.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I would mostly do free cuts.
Proper.
And
Honestly,
then
that's
they
where it
would tip
starts,
me.
though. Yes.
They would tip me.
Because they appreciate it.
They'll tip me
It's fun.
anyways. So it's like I wasn't really looking for the money. I
Yeah.
wanted cuts.
You want the experience.
I wanted to get
You
good.
want the game.
So Bland, I started cutting in the back over there. On the chair, headlight, started going at it. One after another. Started getting busy a little bit. And then one of the guys left.
Yeah.
One of the guys that like worked at the shop left.
Yeah.
I look at Kusha, I'm like, and then he's like, just wait a bit. And I'm like, okay. And I'm waiting. And I remember for me, I didn't get the privilege of having a chair and a station always.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that was big to me.
Yeah.
Even if I could do one cut on a chair and a station, I was like, yo, that's sick.
Yeah.
And let me just get one cut on the chair.
Yeah.
Spin that shit, bro. Like,
You're happy to get
hated
the cut in.
Moving around with
Yeah.
a wired in a corner, you're just like, bro, it's hard,
gotta
man.
put it on your arm
yeah,
and shit.
bro, it's hard. So I finally got the go through. Kusha's like, that's your shot.
Humble beginnings, bro.
Yeah, bro. Kusha's like, yo, that's your spot. I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, bro. And I was posting cuts. Bro, I was posting, bro. Like, I was like out there, man. Shit cuts. Go look at some of them.
Yeah.
You go look at them now,
You
you're
sum
like,
it
what the fuck? No, on my Snapchat.
That's what's up.
I have some, like, you go on my memories, bro,
That's
you'll
what's
see the cuts I was giving. But, bro, I was posting it.
Yeah.
Book, DM, book. And Kusha seen 2 of my cuts. I remember the very night that he messaged me. He seen 2 of my cuts that I posted, and he's like, yo, those are fresh. He's like, yo, I'm really proud of you. He's like, yo, you can start cutting. And then
He gave you a chair the same place where you were cutting? Did he give you a nicer chair? Or like
no, a station.
Station, oh. Okay.
Yeah, he gave me, like, one of the guys left, and he gave me a station.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, one of the guys left, and he's like, yo, that's your station.
You know what Angelo always says? Angelo has this quote. He says, everything in the universe is perfect.
Shout out Andrew, one
Shout
of
out
the
Andrew,
realest,
yo,
one of the
Andrew.
sickest barbers.
I love Angelo, bro.
Yeah, he's
Angelo
sick.
is such a fucking good guy, man.
Sick
Like,
guy.
Angelo, I miss you, bro. I'm gonna see you real soon, bro. But
Yes,
that's the quote we have in the shop, bro. Because anytime we get caught up in our ego and shit and like just thinking like just like whatever, we're like, yo, everything in the universe is perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that like while you're doing that, thank you, my brother.
No worries,
A spot opened up for you and you're already in the motions.
Exactly, bro. And
So then you got the spot.
yeah, he's like,
So you
I'm
moved
really,
into your new station?
bro. I said everything. Yeah.
You're lit, bro. You must have felt like fucking
Yo.
amazing.
Yeah, bro. And at this time, it's like it's like when I look back at it, it's a bit heartwarming. But like, my brother always used to be my number one supporter.
For sure.
My number one supporter
sure.
was my brother.
You'd always cut his hair. And
Bro,
stuff,
my
whatever.
brother was at the shop every Friday morning. Every Friday morning for a cut.
Yeah.
3-4 times in the week just to be there.
Yeah.
Just to watch.
Yeah.
Just to chill.
Yeah.
Every Friday morning, bro. He'd call me, and this is later, like this is way later on when I got a little bit busier.
Yeah.
Yo, hey, I'm coming up for a cut. I'm like, yo, hey, he's like, yo, I have a full day, bro.
busy, bro.
I'm busy.
He's like, yo, fit me in.
yo, just, no, 2 minutes, bro. I'm like, yo, and then,
2 minutes, 5 minutes,
bro.
bro.
But once Arya loved, he loved his fades.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
loved his fades. So he was always in the bar. He was always in my chair, always fading him out, getting him crisp. He was a fun guy.
Yeah.
He liked going out, meeting people. He was
Yeah.
very, and he was the more like, we're very close,
Yeah.
but we're very different.
Yeah.
But like we're very close. You know what I'm
The
saying?
love.
The love, the connection, the love that he had for me. You know, you have one boy
Mm.
that sits with you and is like, he'll smoke a blunt with you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
An older head, let's say.
Yeah.
He loves you.
Yeah.
But you'll have one that just inside get cheesed if he sees you smoke a blunt.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like one will smoke with you, be like, yo, hand you the blunt. One will be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
You should be cutting hair right now.
Yeah, like what are you doing?
You should be
you know, that was him.
That's what's
you know what I'm saying? He would just look at me and it's just like if I ever did anything that like you know, and he would just be like I could just tell he was disappointed. You know, and that was I never had that.
He's playing his role as an older brother, bro.
Bro, he was everything for me.
Yeah.
He was playing like a father figure for me. He was playing everything for me that I knew. He was watching out for me.
Yeah.
I remember one of the days, like this was in the same time period before like I got cutting a little bit.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go on a date with this girl.
Yeah.
Right? And he was very like thing on me. He's like, he wanted me to go out. Because I was always either at the shop or at home. I was very like, I was a to myself type of person.
Yeah.
And he didn't like that.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, why don't you go out, have fun, this, that. And especially when my back was injured, I was going through a really dark time.
Yeah.
And I remember he's like, yo, so are you going out with her? This is like grade like 12, I think. 11, I don't know exact date. But he comes up to me, he's like, yo, so you going out tonight? I'm like, no, I'm just going to be chilling at home. He's like, yo, why? I'm like, no reason. I just don't feel like it. And like right away, he knew why. Because I didn't have any go-out to take. Because I told her on Monday that like, let's go out.
Yeah.
Monday turned to Friday, still didn't have any money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and then he's like, yo, do you have money? And I'm like, yo, it's not even about that. I just don't feel like going. He's like,
you didn't want to say you did.
Yeah. So this guy pulled out. He had like 7 bills in his pocket.
Yeah.
And he was getting help because he was going through cancer, right? So the government would help him out. So he gave me, I think he gave me like 4 bills out of the 7 bills. Just slapped it in my pocket and was like, yo, go out, have a good time, don't worry about money, and like
he wanted you to unwind.
Just buy yourself something if you want to, and like he took that.
Because you gotta live your life too, you know. Like,
that's what he was about.
And
he's like, live your life.
He's like, yo, you're so focused, but you need to like just go chill out and stuff.
He's like, live your life, enjoy.
Yeah.
And it trips me out now thinking about it. It's like I feel like he knew something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way he lived his last few years.
Yeah.
It's like he knew something. You know?
He's very intuitive.
He was very intuitive. He never brought up the fact that like, yo, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
But I feel like he had this idea that it's possible.
Yeah.
Because that's one of my biggest regrets. I didn't always go to the cancer treatments.
Yeah.
Or I didn't always go downtown with him because I was cutting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was cutting. I was trying to learn.
Yeah.
And he never told me how serious it was.
Yeah.
The way the doctors told him and the way he told me was like completely different. He told me,
big, bro.
he told me like, oh, bro, it's nothing. It's just a benign tumor.
Yeah.
It's a benign tumor. They're gonna do surgery. They're gonna get it out. It's done. But that's not what the doctor said, and I never knew that.
He don't want to trip you out.
Bro, I never knew that.
Yeah.
That's what hurts me the most.
Yeah.
I never knew that, Tito, and that's what hurts me a lot to this day. And yeah, so I started getting good at cutting, and I was cutting, man, and my brother went for a checkup. This is midway through grade 12. Midway through grade 12, and I was at this point like I was cutting at Kusha's. Kusha gave me the station. I was starting to do good. I had my own clientele. I was handing out cards, this, that. Everything was like, you know, bro, I was grinding. I was there from 8 to 10, 8 to 10, 8 to 9, 8 to 8. You know, I was like always there. Right away with Kusha all the way to the end. And my brother went and he got the news that the tumor's back and the cancer's back. And it was back and it was spreading to his lymph nodes. And it was really hard because
that's when you got the full news.
That's when we got. That's when I got the full news.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I got.
Because that's what he was trying to protect you from, so you wouldn't be distracted from what you're doing.
So, it came back and it wasn't even the worst yet. Because then at the same time they said, "Oh, it's just the lymph nodes. Oh, we just gotta get these out and we're good." You know what I'm saying? So it's like I didn't know what was going on a lot of the time. So then they did another surgery on the lymph nodes and they got that out. And time went on, and I was cutting. I graduated high school. I think I graduated high school. I never went to the graduation, but
you're self-made, bro.
Yeah, I never
Honestly,
went. I never went to the graduation.
Yeah.
But yeah. Finished high school, and I did co-op for most of high school. So I was making money.
Yeah.
While I was cutting hair.
Yeah.
While I was in school, I mean.
Gotta do something.
Yeah, I was making money. So I was doing good, bro, and I really grinded it out. I really worked, and I really like cut after cut. I just wanted to get better. I wanted to get better and better and better and better until no one could say shit about my cuts. I was so picky. I would like when someone would walk out of my chair, bro. I was like, my mind would just be playing 30. Yo, did I blade like right behind the ear?
There's always that walk, bro.
Bro, you're looking. You know what I'm saying? You're looking and you're like, yo, you're like, can I blade behind the ear? How about like, oh, did I miss that spot? Like, yo, is the line up straight under the net? Is everything blessed? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I wasn't a guy like when I seen a client, I wasn't like, yo, that's $30. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what's...
They're sitting in my chair.
I'm like, yo, he's sitting in my chair.
Yeah.
How many people does he know?
Yeah.
How many of his friends could see his cut and be like, yo, who cut your hair? And could potentially come to me. That's what I was looking at. I wasn't thinking about the short $30.
Your work.
I was thinking about
long
5, 6, 7 steps ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about, yo, 1, my name.
Mm-hmm.
2, the connections you build.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to get a quick $30.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build a clientele. I'm trying to get this guy the freshest cut.
When
he goes in the street, his family's getting cuts. His best friends are getting cuts. His girlfriend's family is getting cuts. Whoever that sees his cut wants to get a cut from me. That's the mindset I had.
Signatures on his head.
So that was the mentality I had, and that's what I went forward with.
Yeah.
I would put time, I would put effort, I would put love, and I'd also get to know my clients.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I put a lot of time into getting to know them, and like a lot of them feel like they have like we are friends. A lot of my clients are my close friends. That's how it is. Yeah. Not out of fake, not out of nothing. It's like I genuinely try to get to know every person that sits in my chair. I don't look at them as a price tag.
Yeah.
I try to like every person that sits in my chair is like it's an opportunity for me to learn something.
Yes. Because
whatever they bring, they're bringing something.
100%, bro.
You know?
Life's a classroom, bro. And everyone can teach you a lesson. Because in my mind, everyone's a scholar. Even if the person that cannot give the most like clear perspective, you can still pull something from it.
100%.
And the fact you're sitting in your chair, that's like a time given, you know what I mean?
Whatever it is,
time.
Whatever it is. I love you, bro.
Yeah,
my
bro.
dog.
No shit, yeah.
But
so
yeah.
you're learning?
So yeah,
you're
grade
cutting?
12, I was cutting fully and I graduated whatever and I had a good summer that year too. And the following year, so my first year away from high school, so like September, let's say after grade 12, time went by. I don't know the exact dates. Like I don't even like my mind just naturally doesn't remember because it doesn't want to remember. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
so
the timeline is just all over the place,
Yeah.
bro. I don't even know where it is half the time. You know what I'm saying? I just like I try to keep my tunnel vision on. I don't try to live too much in the past, but somewhere around that time period, his cancer came back, third time. His cancer came back a third time, and this is the first time that I went in with him, and I actually heard the doctor talk. Cause I'm like, yo, what's going on? I'm like, yo, what's going like once, twice?
You wanted
like,
clarity.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like,
yeah.
yo, what's wrong? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my brother, like, bro, like, he was a fucking tank, bro.
Yeah.
This guy would have his head from the chemo bald, eyebrows gone,
Yeah.
and people would come up to him and be like, yo, what'd you do with your eyebrows? Why'd you... This guy not once looked for sympathy.
Yeah.
Not once to be like, yo, I'm going through cancer.
No.
Not once.
He didn't want to affirm it.
He didn't want anyone to feel bad for him.
Yeah.
He hated that.
Yeah.
That's why I love him. Cause like he would look, he'd be like, yo, I came to clean up my eyebrows, and like, yo, I shaved half of it off, and I'm like, yo, fuck, like, let me just like shave it all off. You know, it looked kind of, so I'm gonna regrow it. And the guy's like, oh shit, like, yeah, whatever. And he's like, it's just like straight up G shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's an elder, bro.
Bro.
Yeah. Because he knows what he's going through, but at the same time,
He's like, why does he need someone to feel sorry for him?
Yeah.
Why? He didn't need that. Bro, half the people when my brother passed didn't even know he had cancer. No one knew. Do you know what I'm saying? No one, like, a lot of people didn't know. Even asked, like, Shadow or his close boys.
Can I tell you something, bro?
He would say the same thing that he said to me. Like, yo, it's nothing. It's just a surgery. Like, even asked, like, Shadow or, like, people didn't know, bro. I didn't know until that day.
Can I tell you something, bro?
Yeah.
When I went to the funeral, and I seen you there, and I seen with a smile on your face, and you holding everything up for Ace, I'm like, yo, that's the strongest person I ever met in my life, yo.
Respect.
That's a strong individual. Real talk. That's what I thought. That's what I see. That's what I heard in my head. I'm like, that's a strong, and you are, bro. And you know why you are? Because it passes down your lineage. Because what he was showing was strength. Because he didn't want to affirm it. You know what I mean? Because he knows the power of like what everyone gets affected some way or another, right? But he the strength is for everlasting.
سلام واسه الان وسط یه ویدیوییم. اوکی الان میاد. چک. مرسی دست شما در نکنه. دست نکنه. مرسی.
You gotta love the shop, man.
Love it. People just pop in and out.
And that's the barbershop for you, bro. Like it attracts so many people, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But back
it's
to what
crazy
you're
how
saying.
people always keep popping in and out.
Back to what you're saying. So you went there, you were in the room with him, and then you heard.
Yeah, so basically we're in the room,
and
they're taking him in for MRI and just to there was a couple more lymph nodes that grew. So they wanted to do another surgery on the lymph nodes. And the doctor comes, he's like, can I speak to you guys? And I'm in the room and he's like, listen, this is a very aggressive cancer. It's very aggressive. Mm-hmm. It was a sarcoma cancer, and it's like, we haven't seen one like this in a very long time. It's aggressive and it's not giving up. We take it out in one spot, it's gonna pop up in another, and it's gonna keep going. And he tells us, they're very cold in the way they explain things, because I guess they have.
They're used to it.
They're used to it.
Yeah.
And he tells us, he's like, sometimes you gotta accept the fact that tumors win. That's what the doctor tells us. And I wasn't
so mindful of what they say, man.
It's like, bro, at the time I wasn't angry. I was just like
what?
Numb.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I was just
you were
like
outside of yourself. You're like, what's happening right now?
Tito, like the same way I was outside of the blue, I didn't get anything. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't understand what was going on, what was like anything at all. Like, and suddenly I hear this, like, sometimes we have to accept the fact that tumors win. From thinking that it's a surgery or whatever to like suddenly like, this could be the end. And I remember going on a walk and I'm just like yo, what the fuck is going on?
This is life. This is life type thing.
Yeah, and I'm like just tripping out. And he does his surgeries, and basically when he's doing the surgery, we already know the doctor said like, yo, it really doesn't matter. Like, we take this one out, in 5 months another one's gonna pop out. And he did a couple more treatments and he did a couple more stuff, and then the doctor finally said like, listen, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
He's like, there's nothing we could do. He's like, the tumor finally grew to his spine. And it was like a little bit away from touching his spine. It's like and the doctor says the size of an apple. And it was on his spine, and they said the surgery that needs to be done, we're not gonna do in Canada because of the risk factor. We don't take that because it could cause death in the surgery. It's too close to the nerves. It's too close to the spine, and it caused too much damage. So we called Iran. We called my uncle. And in Iran, since it's a money-based country, they will do that type of stuff. They will do surgeries and stuff like that. So we call back home, and they're like, yo, we'll do the surgery. We'll do the surgery. It's gonna cost a lot with the chemo and everything. My mom didn't have a job at the time. My dad didn't have a job at the time. From my working with Kusha, I saved around $20,000 at like 18. 17, 18. I saved like $20,000 with the barbershop money. I mean, with the barbershop and the juice bar money, because I was working two at one time. And I saved around $20,000, and I looked at my brother and I'm like, yo, should this do it? And he's like, yeah. Like, they said around 16,000. I'm like, yo, 15,000. I'll put aside for your chemo and your surgery, and I got another 5,000 for our flights. Me, Allah, and my brother. I cleared my bank account. Cleared it. Everything I worked for. Without hesitation. I'm like, let's go.
Life.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So we took a trip to Iran for 3 months. And we were there for 3 months, and they did a surgery. And at the time, they told us it was successful. And he should be good because the tumor's actually like sizing down. And in Iran, there's a law where you can't be there for more than 3 months if you haven't served in the military. So me and my cousin actually had to fly back. Me and Allah had to fly back to Canada while he had to stay. And that was, I think, one of the hardest times because it's like you're abandoning someone almost. You know what I'm saying?
He's in good care, but you're not in the same vicinity as him.
You know,
your worlds apart.
Yeah. And he's going through cancer.
Yeah.
He's fighting cancer, man. And so we fly back, and I'm keeping in touch with him, like, here and there. And I started working at the shop again, and just talking, this, that, every day. And I get a call one morning. He's like, hey, bro. And I'm like, what's up, man? How's everything? How's Iran? This, that. He's like, yo, I have some bad news. And I'm like, what's up? He's like, because at this point, everything was cleared again. We were in the clear again. And then he's like, yo, they did an MRI or a scan of my chest, and they found like 32 little tumors in my chest. And it spread all over. And I could hear the brokenness in his voice. You know? The fact that like, yo, like, this isn't going away.
Yeah.
You know? He's like, there's like 32 tumors in my chest. He's like, I'm coming back. And I'm like, why? Like, just, he's like, AR, there's no point, bro. He's like, there's nothing they could do. So he's like, yo, I'm coming back. I just want to spend my last little bit in Canada, in my home. So he hops on a flight, he comes back, and we pick him up at the airport, and he sits in his van, and the first place I take him to, barbershop. First place. Straight off the plane, into the car, into the barbershop.
It's nothing like getting a haircut, man.
Bro, straight in the barbershop, gave him a hot towel,
Yeah.
steam wash, shaved them. Bro, this guy was so tired, he fell asleep with the whole haircut.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was asleep the whole haircut. And my brother was like 250 pounds.
Yeah.
By the end of it, he was like 120.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He was a huge guy, and he got very slim at the end. So
Yeah.
he was very drained.
Yeah.
Very drained from the chemo, and couldn't eat anymore and all that stuff. And then, yeah, bro, so I was working, and then the doctors, we went to check with the doctors back in Canada, and my mom would mostly take him because I was, again, busy working. It's one of the biggest things that just lay on. But, like, at the time, like, I didn't want to face what was going on. And my mechanism was cutting hair. Like, my coping mechanism was just like, yo, cut hair. You know, like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
I don't want to accept that my bro's going to die.
Yeah,
I'm just going to cut hair, yo.
Yeah.
I'm just going to act like nothing's going on. And I realized that, like, when I look back at it. And I come home one day from cutting, and I see my mom just, like, crying on the front door. And I go up to her, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? She's like, they said he's going to die in 2 weeks. I look at my mom like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? Don't say that shit. I walk in, and like, my brother's sitting in the living room, and the kitchen's on the right, and like, I can't even look at him. I just walk in the kitchen. I don't say hi, I just grab a plate of food, and like, I'm sitting on the table, and I'm just eating. And my other cousins are there, and he's talking, he's like, oh, and outside my mom tells me, she's like, yo, like, he was actually happy. Today was the first day where he got confirmation. This is what it is. You're gonna die. You know? No more guessing.
He accepted it.
Yeah, he accepted it. No more guessing. No more, oh, you're gonna be this, you're gonna be that. This is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And he was free. Mm-hmm. She's like, he didn't cry. Mm-hmm. Nothing happened. And I'm eating, and he's telling my cousins, he's like, this guy, bro, you just heard he's gonna die in 2 weeks. And he telling my cousins, like, yo, it works better for me this way. Like, you know, I don't have to go through pain anymore. Like, bro, you just hear you're gonna die. Like, this guy's reaction is like making other people feel okay with it.
His perspective is peace.
Yeah, he's like, yo,
but
like,
around
yeah.
him, it's like, yo, stay, bro.
Yeah,
like, don't.
And he's like, yo, like, I'm just gonna be okay. You guys, this, that, and he calls out. He's like, yo, or AR, like, why are you acting like a stranger? He's like, come say hi to me. And like, I finish my food, and like, I'm like, and I come turn, and like, he looks at me, Tito, and I swear to God, and his arm was kind of like paralyzed, and he just like, once he looked at me, he didn't know what to say. And he just digs his hand into his arm, and it's the first time I see my brother like bawl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't bawl in front of my mom, not even like, when he seen me, bro, he just started like shedding, like, you know?
Yeah.
And I couldn't, bro. I couldn't even look.
Yeah.
I just like dipped, bro, and like I punched the wall, and like I was furious, bro. I'm like, yo, what the? Like, nothing made sense.
It was like the elephant in the room no one wanted to acknowledge.
Yeah.
But that right there was acknowledgement,
Yeah.
and you knew what it was, and all you could do was just lash out.
And
yeah.
And I told Kusha, I'm like, yo, I'm not cutting hair anymore. Like, I'm gonna bring my stuff to the garage. I'm just gonna do my cuts here.
Just to be with your bro.
Yeah, just to be my bro.
Yeah.
And they asked us, like, do you guys want him to be in the hospital or at home? And we're like, at home, man. Like, I'm not taking him to a hospital to die. Fuck that. So he was at home, and he was mostly like asleep. And it was during the World Cup.
Yeah.
The summer of 2018.
Yeah.
And he would be watching his soccer. Bro, this guy, like Tito, I swear to God, this guy would be like nothing was going on to him. You know what I'm saying? It's like he wouldn't bring that energy.
Because spiritually he's already there.
Like, I remember 2 of my friends, 3 of my came to visit him.
Yeah.
And I looked at them and, bro, you fucking, like, what the fuck are, like, what's going on? Like, just when, like, people come visit my bro when he's on his fucking deathbed, like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I don't need none of that. I was angry. You know what I'm saying? I had rage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, like, and they went inside and, like, they said what up to my brother, and, like, my brother sensed my vibe. My brother knows me very well. And, like, I had, like, my, you know, like, I was just, like, I was very, like, you know, like, what's up type of vibe. And they leave. My brother looks at me, he's like, yo, why? And I'm like, what do you mean, bro? He's like, yo, why? Why are you being like that with them? And he calls them, and he apologizes. My brother calls his friends that came, he's like, yo, I would like to apologize. Like, you know, it wasn't like that at all, this, that. And he's apologizing. And my friend actually tells me to this day, he's like, bro, like, that's the type of guy your brother was. He's dying, and he calls me to apologize, you know, for, like, what I did. And it's just, like, that's the type of guy he was. And he eventually started, like, he got paralyzed because of the tumor. Like, it was touching his spine. So they put him on morphine, and he got paralyzed and stuff. And then he eventually, like, fell into a deep, deep sleep.
Yeah.
And he passed away on June 28th.
Yeah.
2018. And the thing about it for me was, like, I coped with death a little bit different. I've never been to a funeral. I've never experienced anyone die. Friends, family, no one. The first person I experienced die was my blood brother, the guy I grew up with. Everything I knew, just taught by him.
Yeah.
We had the same friend groups.
Yeah.
We lived in a basement for most of our lives. Me, my mom, my dad, one bathroom, one bedroom. You know, when we came to Canada. And we showered together until like grade 4 or 5. You know, because the hot water would run out. You know what I'm saying? So we were showering, we were washing each other, bro. Yeah. Like on some real shit. Like we were like, that's how we were.
Yeah.
You know, one bed.
Yeah.
Us two, one bed. You know?
You make
like,
with what you have.
Bro, we were like tight.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't, like we were like fucking like tight. And it's like, I don't want to accept anything. I was numb. Like I said, no anger, no sadness. Bro, I couldn't cry. You know the pain is that bad when you can't even cry. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a point where you feel good to cry.
Yeah.
You have emotion. My emotions were gone. I had nothing. Like just cold.
Yeah.
Straight back to the shop 4 days after.
You're like linear.
Straight back to the shop.
Like shop, bro. Deal with it.
I'm like,
day.
he died. I'm like, now I could die with him and go in the grave with him, or I could live for him. I'm like, that's a decision I have to make right now. Like, do I let him die? Do I let his legacy die? Or do I live? Do I put him on my shoulders, put him on my waist? I want everyone to remember me as Aces, bro. You know? I don't even want to be known as AR. I want to be known as Aces, bro. You know what I'm saying? So do I die? Do I look for condolences and look for people to feel sorry for me? Or do I make him live?
Yeah.
You know, because you're not dead. You're never dead. Like we talked about.
No one ever really dies.
We're never dead.
Nah. You keep that image, you keep that memory alive, and the thoughts are things, bro.
100%,
thoughts
bro.
are things.
So I put my mind to it, and I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna keep working.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's my goal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep working, and I didn't have any specific plans in the moment, but I knew I was gonna do something.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, it's gonna come, and I'm like, I'm gonna compete again. I told myself.
Martial arts.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna compete. Because when he died, he told me, he's like, yo, just try your hardest. Like, you don't need a gold medal or anything. Just give it your all. That's the last things he told me, right? And I competed again. I competed. I won in provincials. I won 4 times in provincials. And then I competed in Chile. I competed in China. I got a silver medal in Iran. I did all these competitions. You know what I'm saying? And I competed. And
that's amazing, bro.
Yeah,
congratulations, bro. That's actually
100%.
amazing, bro.
Yeah. And I competed at a high level, and then I was cutting at the same time, obviously at exclusive phase, and I got a concussion, and I told Kusha, I'm like, yo, I can't cut hair in this atmosphere. Loud music, bright lights, can't do it.
Yeah.
I got a bad hit, and I couldn't do it anymore. I told him, I'm like, I need to go to my basement and cut hair. I went in my basement, bro. I cut hair there for about 8 months, and I remember there was a guy that came to Exclusive Fades, and he told me, he's like, yo, I'm building these condos, and he told me, he's like, I need $80,000 down payment, and I could put you a spot on a pre-investment. So basically before the construction is up.
Pre-construction.
Pre-construction.
Yeah.
So not even regular people could buy. It's on a family thing.
It's like some insider shit.
Yeah. So he's like, yo, if you have 80 bands, I'm like, bro, I don't have 80 bands. I'm fucking 18 years old. He's like, you want to pay me 20 bands every 3 months? You can make that? I gave a little nod, like, yo, I can make that, but like, that's some fucking like day to night shit, bro.
That's a big commitment.
That's a big commitment, bro.
It's a lot of time out of your life.
And I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, because I remember my bro started me off with 10 grand.
Yeah.
My bro was on his deathbed, and he looked at me. He had 10 bands left in his account. Because I told you, like, I paid for, like, the trip and everything, and he's like, yo, Air, I want you to have the 10 bands. I'm like, bro, I don't want money right now. Like, why are we talking about money? And he looks at his body because he's paralyzed. Like, what am I going to do with it? He's like, what am I going to do?
Can't take it with you.
Yeah. He's like, just have it. Just do something with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, this first 10 bands is going to be the start of something dedicated to him. Mm-hmm. And now it is. You know, this whole place. It's all to him, you know? And it started with that 10 bands. Mm. It's like a butterfly. Mm-hmm. 10 bands. I gave him 10 bands. I'm like, I owe you another 10 for this next 3, like, what did I say? Every 3 months or whatever. Anyways, it was it was 20 bands every. Basically, I had to pay 80 bands in a year. Mm. Basically. So, and then I got concussed at the same time, and I'm like, yo, fuck! I just signed this contract. I had to be making like 80 bands this year. I'm fucking like 18 years old, bro. 17 years old. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Tito, fam, I put my headphones on. Put some relaxing music on, and I just went to work. 7 a.m. sometimes I start. I would finish at 1 a.m. some days. 7 days a week. Boom, boom. Until I was sick of haircutting. I didn't like haircutting during that period. I hated it. Because it wasn't a job or a place to go to clear your head. It was everything. You wake up to it. You go to sleep to it. It was everything. It wasn't like, like a place to get away anymore. It was the place.
You're also doing it to make a quota to what you
know what I'm saying?
Agreed upon.
Yeah. So I'm making it. I was, I think, about 5 bands away, and I break my right hand.
How?
I got in a big fight with my mom and this, that, and I was very angry and this, because, like, bro, it takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
Bro, cutting for almost a year, 7 days a week on a concussion.
Yeah. That
many hours, trying to meet 80,000, it takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't feeling good.
When your brain should be healing.
Bro, I couldn't even sleep.
But you committed to something.
Yeah, I committed, and I had to get that done. It wasn't time to rest, you know?
It was time to go.
And I just got in an argument, and I broke my right hand.
Yeah.
And I had 5 bands left, and I'm like, it was so weird, because it's like, I was making all this money, but I never had money in my pocket still. Because everything was going towards the condo.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, you're doing all this work.
In, going out,
you have nothing to spend for.
Yeah.
At the end, when I broke my hand, I look at my bank account, $0. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I have nothing to spend on. And so I call Freddie, which is the guy that's doing the condo work. And I'm like, yo, give me a 10 band loan from what I gave you. I just need my hand to heal. I need to go on a little getaway. So he's like, okay, I'll give you 10 grand of it back, and you owe me 15 now. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did it though, like you were doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you go on vacation?
I go back home.
Okay, go back
to
home.
Iran, and I spent about 3 months there. And I come back, I message Kusha. I'm like, yo, like, my concussion's better. I kind of want to work at a shop again. I don't want to work at the basement, because I got depressed working in that basement. So I'm working at the shop again, and I make his 15,000 back, paid off, and he's like, yo, whenever the condo goes under, when it's ready to go, then we're ready to go. And I had basically like a 1-year deal where it's like I could cash out with 15%. So if I put 80 down, he would give me 95 in a year. And the time came, and I got a dog. And life is so weird, Tito. I got a little dog named Nala, Pitbull. And
Lion King.
yeah, Nala from Lion King. And your drink is still good? Let's take a shot.
Yeah, take a shot, bro.
My bad.
No, bro. Love you, bro.
Love you, man.
So Nala?
Nala, yeah. So I got Nala, and I didn't even know how I got her. I went to check on like exclusive phase in Richmond Hill on Roscoe and everyone, and the little dog came in, man, and this girl came with 2 dogs in her hand. I'm like, yo, those are some cute ass dogs. I'm like, what the fuck? And I pick one up, and I have connection right away. I'm like, yo, how much you selling this for? She's like, 2,000. I'm like, yo, I have 8 bills on my pocket right now. I'll give it to you. She's like, okay. I didn't even expect her to say okay. She's like, okay, here.
Money talks.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, alright. So I give her the 8 bills and I have a dog in my hand now. I'm going home with a dog. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck did I just do? I work at a shop. What am I gonna do? I'm like, yo, Kusha, can I keep the dog in the basement or something for just a little bit, or in the back room in a cage? And he's like, and I understand totally. He's like, yo, I'm in a shop.
Yeah.
I can't have a dog in there, man. And I'm like, oh shit, what did I do, bro? What did I do? I'm like,
he's got responsibility of a life.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, yo, so like, yo, like, I have to cut at home.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, like, I have this dog, like, I just made a commitment, and I have to cut at home.
Yeah.
And I took the dog home, I got it a cage, and I started cutting, and I'm like, yo, what am I doing, bro? I'm like, yo, like, you made a promise to your bro, you know? You're gonna do something, you know?
You caught yourself going back and forth.
Yeah, I'm just like, yo, you're doing, like, you're doing this thing.
You're not,
like,
you're not sticking with something.
Yeah,
you're like this, that.
You don't, like, what's your mindset at?
Yeah.
What's your vision?
Like, dog
you know?
came in, you're like,
yeah, just like, I'm just going at life day by day. You know? And it's not a bad thing.
No.
It's not a bad thing, but, like,
you learn from that.
You learn from that.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
but during the emotions.
I'm like, what's stopping me from having my shop?
Yeah.
I call up Freddie, I'm like, yo, I'm cashing out. I'm like, bro, I made that money. I don't want a condo. I'm like, yeah, I don't want that condo. I want to do something.
You'll get fucking 20 of those later.
I'll get condos when I'm older.
Get your own fucking
yeah, so I'm like, bro, I want to cash out.
Yeah.
And I cash out, and
yeah, it's good he did that though.
Yeah,
he wasn't like, I'm slamming shit.
I cash out, bro, and I start looking for a shop. I start looking for a shop.
What year was this?
This was like recently, bro.
Recently, okay.
Yeah, like 3-4 months. Yeah. And I started looking for a shop and shit, and like I went to different shops, this, that, blah, 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 and I found this spot. I come in, bro, it was a fucking wedding boutique or some shit like that. Like fucking change rooms.
Yeah, I remember that, I remember
change rooms, narrow. I'm like, I walk in here, and I'm like,
Gotta break this down, gotta do that.
Yeah, I already
You
started
didn't see it yet. You didn't see it.
No, bro, I look at it, I'm like, yo, like, price is good. Space is good. It's gonna cost a little bit more.
Renovations.
But location is bomb. I'm like, and what I told my boys, like, yo, don't do it. There's bare barbershops around you.
Who said that? Your boys?
Yeah. I'm like, yo, the thing about me is you could put 10 barbershops around me. You could put 15 barbershops next to me.
They don't look like this. They don't have that vibe.
It's not even about the vibe. They don't have the same heart and passion that I put into things. Do you know what I'm saying? My man. This is my life. You know what I'm saying? This saved me, bro. If I didn't have this, I don't know where I would have been.
Barbering saved your life.
Barbering saved my life, bro.
Yo, bro. Can I tell you something about that? That's like a quote within me, bro. Barbering saved my life because before this stuff, I was hustling, bro. I was hustling and I got arrested. And then the moment I got arrested and my parents bailed me out and shit,
yeah,
and I just put them in their eyes. At that moment, I realized my position in life. I have 4 younger brothers.
Yeah.
I'm an elder. My brothers are getting haircuts like me, moving like me, all that stuff. Because as an older brother, you have a different influence on your younger brothers than your parent, than your mom and your dad, right? So once I got caught up in a predicament, and I realized like, yo, like if I keep doing what I'm doing, my bros are gonna mirror this.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, right? So then at that moment, I'm like, yo, like Tupac said it the best, yo. He's like, yo, people want to be pimps, but they can be lawyers.
Yeah.
People want to be this, but they could be something else.
Yeah.
You gotta get your priorities straight, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Because that same skill you had in hustling,
Yeah.
you could put towards
Something else.
barbering, bro.
Yeah.
And
That's
legitimatize yourself and do something for the community and do something
That's it.
positive and not have to like worry about what you're doing in a conscious level because you know you're operating from spirit. You know what I mean? So, yeah,
That's
I had to say it. Barbering saved
no.
my life too, bro. Barbering saved my life too, bro. Because if it wasn't for barbering, bro,
It's so weird. You come
don't
from,
know.
bro, like
I don't
getting
know.
a haircut as in grade 6 or 7, and then leading to like, you know, I was just sitting and having some drinks and talking. Is like, real recognize real, bro.
yeah,
That's what life
right.
is.
There's even times at the hilltop I'd be like, yo, what would you guys be doing if there's no barbering? They'd be
Yeah.
like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, for real, bro.
There's like we know so much, but it's like without barbering,
Yeah.
it's like I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I might
It
be
literally
dead.
saved-
I might be in jail. Or I might
Bro,
be
it
dead right
saved my
now.
life. There was times where it's like, bro, not everyone's perfect. There's times where I was doing like really bad shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was involved in like, you know, hanging with the wrong people. I wasn't into clubs or partying or this or that, but it's like, you know, like
You're into other things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe I drink.
Yeah.
Maybe like I was just like, you know, I had a few perks with my friends.
Yeah.
Just shit that like is like what am I doing?
Because you don't know exactly where your energy's at.
You're trying to numb the pain.
Yes.
You're trying to put it on hold.
Which creates more pain.
You're trying to put it on this hold.
Yeah.
You're trying to put it on this little okay, I'm just gonna put it to the side. But you can't. You gotta. What I learned about life, you gotta embrace that shit.
Yeah.
You gotta see the pain. That's why I don't smoke weed. That's why I don't do drugs. It's because I want to embrace it straight up, Tito. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like I said, some people smoke weed. Like my cousin, he smokes weed. Perfect. He enjoys it. He thinks better. For me, I don't want anything that makes me do you know what I'm saying? It's like you said, people will some people are allergic to certain foods. Me, it never coped well with me. Drinking I like, but other things didn't cope well with me. So I like to embrace everything that I've gone through, and I like to transform it into something bigger. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like something deeper and bigger. Because I've done that. You know, I've done things that aren't good at my age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's times where it makes you there's times where I've thought about
But you're not in denial of that.
No, yeah.
You're accepting of that.
I'm accepting.
And even when the demons come up to the surface.
Yeah, bro. There's times where I want I've sold I used to sell weed in my fucking high school. You know what I'm saying? I used to times where you're trying to do something. You're trying to do something to grow, but it's once you accept yourself and you're not trying to get rid of stuff or trying to put it to the side, you kind of take it head on, head first, then you can grow. You know what I'm saying? It's that thing you said where it's you got to take your fear, the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Exactly like the Truman Show.
He was afraid of water his whole life. Traumatized. Because the system
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
purposely made him that. Because what's the end of the water? The dome.
That's it.
What's the end of the dome? The movie set.
That's
and
it.
at the end of the day, he bows and he exits the door. That's like death in a way.
Yeah.
You think about it, because he left that previous false reality and he went into what was real.
Yeah.
And he had people throughout his life showing him, just individuals, even when you're doing dirt, there's always that one person's yo, don't be doing so much dirt, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're better than this. Go focus on your barb. Go focus on this.
Yeah.
Go focus on that. And it's that is a reminder, yo, you know what? I'm drifting, right? Napoleon Hill type shit.
Yeah.
Outwitting the devil. You gotta outwit the devil.
It's a good book, by the way. You guys should read that.
Oh my god.
Yo,
It's a phenomenal book,
Napoleon
bro.
Hill.
Read every Napoleon Hill book.
Yeah,
real
crazy.
Talk. Read every Napoleon
knowledge to
book.
it.
But it's true though, because it's so easy to drift. It's so
What's
easy.
his other book? Think and
Grow Rich, bro.
Think and
Bro,
Grow
he has
Rich.
fucking 15 books, bro.
Napoleon Hill's some of the books that I read from it is his one there's one that's puts a lot of it into one. It's Keys to Success. I'm gonna give it to you.
I have that book already.
You have it?
I have that book
Keys to Success.
Yeah. I got my brother for I think it was Christmas or something. I got him a Napoleon Hill complete edition. I had 4 books in one.
Yeah.
It looked like a big textbook.
That's sick.
You know what I mean?
It's a good I really like his mindset on how to, because he talks about certain things that reading those books, it helped me when I opened up my barbershop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Specifically when I opened up, or like I said, I found a spot and it was a very small spot and everything, and I'm those books really helped me grow my mind.
Yeah.
I'm what steps are you gonna take when you're opening a barbershop?
Yeah.
Do you want it to be every other barbershop? Or I love how people just walk by and
no,
the
it's
barbershops
it's just admiring, bro.
popping heads in and
Yeah.
shit. And we gotta walk in, guys. Other door. Hello, how's it going?
Hey brother, how are you, man?
How's it going? You wanna get a haircut?
No, just I see this
Yeah.
hair for first time, and I come to pick up your
Business
card?
cards?
Yes.
We're actually getting business cards because we just opened Friday. We're
Okay.
getting business cards on Wednesday.
Give me your number.
You wanna grab my number?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whenever
come
you
back.
want. Just pop in and everything. You like the
I
shop?
think I saw you before another barbershop.
Exclusive Fades? Or Hilltop Barbershop?
I think so.
Possibly.
Yeah?
Possibly.
Yes, yes.
So I cut hair as well, obviously, yeah. And I may have seen you before. I'm sorry, I can't remember right now because I see so many people.
Such a nice.
You like it?
Yes.
Thanks, man.
Where are you from?
I'm from Iran.
Rock.
Iran.
منم ایرانی ام.
مخلصین.
قربونت
دم شما گرم.
شما همینطور؟
My
Nah.
my mother's from Trinidad, my father's from Ecuador. I only speak English. I want to learn Farsi. You gotta teach me, bro.
خوشحال شدم.
آقا
اسمتون رو بلد
آرش.
آرش عزیز.
مخلصی.
من فرهودم.
مخلصی.
مرسی.
هم موقع خواستید بیاید
حتما
ما
چشم.
خودمون
اوکی.
غلامتیم داداش.
باید.
زنده باشید.
قربونه. خداحافظ.
خداحافظ.
Bro, you're a magnet, bro. You are a magnet to a level of attraction that you can't deny it, bro.
Yeah, oh my
You
God.
can't deny it. Yo, real talk, like, come to the shop and get a cup from my boy and just talk to him. Ask him a question about life and just listen. Just listen. Have a conversation, yo, because, like, this is special, bro. This shop isn't just barbering, bro. This isn't just barbering, bro.
It's not, bro.
It's
That's
more-
why I look
it's
at it.
more than just.
That's what I was telling you when
it's
I
more
read
than
the,
a cut.
Yeah, that's
It's
when I read the
deeper than a
books.
cut, bro.
I had bare people message me.
Mm.
Yo, you're opening up a shop. Can I work? You're opening up a shop. Can I work? I'm like, bro, I just don't want to make money. I'm like, because growing up, going back to those days, when I used to come to Exclusive, it meant something. You know what I'm saying? It meant something. You had like guys like yourself, Shadow, Kusha, Roscoe, and like it was a team. It was a family. All of you joking around with each other. That's what I wanted. You know? If anything more,
Shop
nothing
vibes.
less. Shop vibes.
Shop vibes.
I don't want individuals coming in just like hoodlum, like listening to music. Like, bro, I want this to be a family shop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
3 of my boys don't even cut hair.
Family's more than one. That's
100%.
the main thing.
100%.
Bro. It's not
3
just
of my
one.
boys don't even cut hair. I told them, you guys, like, I want you 3 to have chairs. They don't even. I had more than 5 people message me for chairs, willing to start paying rent right away.
Right off the jump.
And I'm low on money right now. I put all my money in the
Yeah, for
shop.
sure, bro.
All of
That's
it.
what it is.
I have no savings.
That's what people don't see
Yeah.
in entrepreneurship. They
Bro, I
see
like-
this result,
yeah,
but
it's
they
like,
think,
oh, you're
like, yo,
balling,
you're
you're
killing it, you're
rich,
making
yeah.
it, golden chairs.
Yeah, like, you're- bro, I
fucking
have nothing right
artwork, yo.
now.
But
Like-
yo, you have everything.
Yeah, I have nothing in the sense of material, like money.
Yeah, the
But
money
I have
went towards the
everything
shop.
as in the sense of, bro, I'm okay with that. I
Yeah.
put everything. I put all my
gonna
cards.
come
You know what
back.
I'm saying?
It's
I
gonna
don't.
come back,
Like,
yeah.
there's this saying where it says, "Don't put all your eggs in one basket." Fuck that shit. I
Yeah.
put all my eggs
Yeah,
in
'cause
one
you
basket,
believe in that
bro.
basket.
I believe in that
Yeah,
basket.
the
That
basket-
basket.
it's not a basket, it's a spirit,
fuck
bro,
that,
you know what I
bro.
mean? It's deeper than that.
I'm going straight for that basket,
Yeah.
bro. I put it all. I put
Yeah.
it all in this because this
Bro,
is
look
the
what this came in. The guy's
Yeah.
walked in. He's like, "Yo, beautiful shop."
Yeah.
The old couple came. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Bro, that's old people. They have experience with life. They're not gonna
Yeah.
come by any young people's shop and be like,
Yeah.
"Yo, bro, like,
It just looks nice.
it's beautiful, bro." It's just like it makes me smile, bro. It makes me smile, bro. And you know what though? Like when you have a OG recognition and like the homie earlier is like, "Yo, you have taste, you have class." But you know how many times I've talked to people about your shop. I'm like, "Yo, AR has taste, has class."
Yeah.
And I know your girl actually inspired a lot of that too because the feminine aspect is very evident in this, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because like this doesn't just come from like wanting to put together a barbershop. This comes
Yeah.
between wanting to put together a foundation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But sorry, go on.
Yeah.
You were saying.
So basically, like reading those books and everything, it's like the way I talk to, like, I had a couple people come from other places as well, and people that I like. I didn't hire anyone in this shop or want to work with anyone that I don't value or that I don't get knowledge from or that I get the same level of energy from. Every person had to be on the same page as me. That we want to make this into something bigger and greater.
Yeah.
We want to make Aces a French, like, we want to make it like Babyliss, or, you know what I'm saying? Or something on the level.
Timeless brand, like Roots, like Roots,
brand.
100-year brand,
Yes.
longer than that.
Yes,
Time-
a
it
brand.
survives you.
Aces,
It
yes,
survives
that's
your
what I'm
testimony.
saying.
Yeah.
And then it's like, he could be lived on forever. You know what I'm saying? When they look back at it, it's like, where did this start? It started right here, man. This guy.
Can I tell you a story about Louis XIII cognac? The guy who first bottled his first batch of Louis XIII, it's only considered cognac if it's aged in an oak barrel.
Yeah.
But Louis XIII, he had to age it for 100 years. So he couldn't even taste his first batch of alcohol.
Oh.
His next generation did. That's why Louis XIII, the bottle of that, goes for like 15, 20, 30 bands, bro. Because it's aged for 100 plus years. So he didn't even get to taste the fruits of his labor.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
yo.
he's seen it. He's like, yeah, I could age it for 50 years.
Yo.
He's like, you know what? I'm gonna age it. So I don't want to taste. I want my kids to taste
Taste
it.
that shit, man.
And then from that, you just keep extrapolating.
That's crazy, bro.
Timeless, bro. It's timeless. You know what I mean?
No, that's crazy.
It's timeless.
with that,
It's,
yeah.
And you know what it is too? It's the roots of things. So it's like whenever I go outside in nature and I see a tree, like a tree right there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see its leaves and everything, right?
Yeah.
But like, yo, the roots are deeper than the
Deeper.
surface. And the roots is where it gets everything from. Like, yo, those roots across from Boko, it's in concrete, but yo, that shit's underneath the ground, bro. And who knows where it's going to? I have people tell me that roots can go into
It's deeper than what you see. It's deeper than the surface.
Deeper than what you see, bro.
Yeah, it's deeper than what you see.
Deeper than what you
Everything.
perceive.
Like, even people see this. They're
These are the
like,
leaves. These are the leaves.
yeah, everyone's like, yo, sick, this,
yo,
that. They don't know where
the
it
roots,
came from. Yeah, bro. They don't know
the
where it
roots,
came from.
And it's even deeper than that.
Deeper than that, bro. It's like, I'm not even giving people, like, the full story. I'm giving a glimpse of what happened. Like, the little details are what make me.
Mm-hmm.
Those little details, those nights where you're sleeping and you don't want to sleep because you don't want to wake up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't want to wake up because you're tired.
Yeah.
You're tired of the repetition. You're tired of the lifestyle, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like, I myself, like I told you, like, I suffer from mental health.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I went through a hard period in my life where, like, I didn't want to wake up in mornings anymore. Because, like, I didn't have anything that I was looking forward to. You know what I'm saying? But I just kept on fighting. And, like, I believe there are people out there that go through what I've been through and even worse. And people that come from worse stories than me. Do you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's not about whose story is worse.
Yeah.
It's not about that. No. That's not the competition.
That's like comparing and shit.
It's not about that.
That's
it's
ego.
not about, yo, I came from this, you came
My
from
story's
that.
worse than yours.
Yeah, oh, like, it's not about that. It's about, we're all one.
Yeah.
Let's help
Relatability.
each other.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you're going through pain. I've been through pain.
Yeah.
This is how I got through my
Show me
pain.
your pain.
Show me your pain.
Show me your pain.
Let's get through this together.
Together, exactly.
Like, it's not about, like, yo, fuck you, you're soft. Like, we didn't go through shit.
Yeah.
It's not about that,
like
man.
egomania
It's
shit.
not about that shit.
Yeah.
It's about, like, yo, like, we all go through pain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, the way I look at it is, like, you might have someone that goes through, like, from a generic point of view, a lot more.
Yeah.
Like, let's say, like, grew up without parents or got assaulted or raped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That person might be a stronger person and their climax is here.
Yeah.
Some person maybe went through, like, stuff, right? But her climax is here. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're both at their climax.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're both reaching the climax of where they're not happy with life anymore.
Yeah.
Just because this person went through more, right? Doesn't mean that this person doesn't feel the same right now.
Yeah.
They reached their climax. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
So it's not about, like, whose life is worse or who's been through more. It's the fact that people aren't feeling good in general. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when people reach out and they talk to other people, they shouldn't have to feel that they're getting judged. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to connect. And that's why a lot of my clients love me, bro. I get deeper than, like, yo, $30 for a haircut.
How's your day going?
Yo,
I
get deeper in that, bro. I
how's your
ask, I'm
family?
like,
What
yo,
are you
like, what's
going
going?
through?
If I see someone walk in, like one of my clients walk in with something upset on their face, bro, I take that shit to heart because I've been there.
Did you want to be a therapist at one point in your life?
No.
Because I wanted to be a therapist at one point. There's actually one point before I
Really?
tapped into barbering, I pursued the path of university. And I actually went to I attempted to go to the army to apply for firefighting. So I can, my whole goal is go to army, firefighting, get money, go to university for therapy. Because I want to help people in the long leather chair, you know, sit back and it's like, talk to them and shit, right?
Yeah.
I didn't get accepted to the army because I didn't have credentials for the firefighting shit. You need bear credentials. I didn't do all that. But you know what? Barbering is therapy.
It is, bro.
This leather chair, it is. You recline it back. It's the exact same thing.
And you can help a lot of people, bro. A lot of people that I help, bro.
bro.
I don't even know the impact that I've had on people. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's real, bro.
Like, bro, I don't even.
You haven't even felt that yet.
I don't even know the impact I've had, bro. I've had kids that message me, you know, like paragraphs suddenly, like random paragraphs. I'll pop out. I'll show you after this. Like, just messaging me of like, yo, like you've done this for me. You've inspired me. Your motivation, your drive. You're one of the strongest. Yeah, that talk today, bro. Like I literally like check up on them after the cut. They paid for their cut. There's no need for me to. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's humanity, bro.
But that's humanity. I'll check up on them. I'll be like, yo, by the way, like, did that thing work out?
Yeah.
Or like, yo, what you told me about, like, is it good?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's more than just like, just trying to like.
Admiring the beauty.
Yeah. It's more than just like, yo, in and out, in and out, in and out. So like when I hired my guys, I wanted to make sure they had that same mindset. I wanted to make sure that this is something we're gonna build.
Your
this
team's
is something,
sick, bro.
My team's, bro, the family.
Sick, bro. Like,
they're my family.
Like Ali.
Yeah.
If I talk to Ali, bro, and I messaged Ali the other day. I'm like, yo, you and AR, your minds connected together, is different.
We're gonna do big things.
It's
bro.
different. And Moni,
Moni,
bro,
yeah.
Moni,
Yeah.
Kings.
Yeah.
I've had talks to her. Like, bro, back in the day at Vaughn, bro, before she was even cutting hair, we would like go and smoke a spliff and go to the food truck and we talk about barbering and shit. And she's like, yo, you know, I'm gonna do this shit. And I'm like, yo, I know you will.
Real
I
shit.
know you will.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know the next
Yeah.
homies yet, but but the fact that what your aesthetic you're approaching, the people you already got, I've talked to them before,
Yeah.
and like the energy, you've already accomplished it, bro.
Bro, that's
because
exactly
you're
what
a
I'm going for.
magnet,
If
bro.
you come
You're a
here
fucking
during one of the
magnet.
days that we work, bro, you should see the vibe in here. Everyone's chilling, everyone's talking, everyone's having a good time. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna come.
Bro, Monty's chilling, Ali's chilling, me, Armin, PZ, everyone's like chilling. You know what I'm saying? And I had opportunities to hire guys that would pay me rent right away. But I don't care. It's not about the money for me. The money
It's
I don't give a
about-
shit about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As long as I make whatever to pay my rent, even if it's out of my own pocket,
Yeah.
I just want to pay my rent.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? And then eventually, I want each one of these guys to have their own brand.
This is a sacred space.
I want each one of these guys to have their own, and I talk to them. I talk to Ali. I'm like, bro, I'm not money oriented. You know what I'm saying? If you want to open up a next shop, I'm not here saying like, yo, give me 50% royalty. Bro, do that shit. Grow. But let's grow together.
Let's grow together.
Let's create this and grow together. It's not about the money. Let's just grow. Let's put in work. Let's do this and make it pop.
Let's figure it out together.
Let's put in like
as a team.
as a team. Let's do
team.
shit. We'll all make our money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because if you chase money, you'll never get money. You chase success, you'll get money, man. You chase happiness, you'll get money. That just comes with it.
Yeah.
But you chase money, never comes, man. Never
'Cause
comes.
your perception-
you ever
your-
hear
your
about
focus
rich
is the
people
wrong
that
point.
only chase money?
Bro, the
You'll hear
craziest-
about
the shit that I
outliers, one or
heard-
two,
yeah.
but like the main people, like look at like, bro, they just taste their dream.
When I hear people who commit suicide after they lose all their money, I'm like, yo, your whole life was based off fiat currency.
Yeah,
And
like,
when you
what
had
is that?
0 in your account, you thought your life was done. But that's, if the individual didn't do that, that's when their life began.
You know what I'm saying, bro? It's like the way I looked at it growing up is always like, okay, you place two people. Two people.
Yeah.
Right? Same assets.
Yeah.
Both of them have $1 million in their bank.
Yeah.
What defines the person at that moment? You know what I'm saying? That's why that's bullshit. You both have $1 million. You both have the same assets. What defines you? Who you are. Right?
Tupac has
when
this-
you die.
Yeah.
When you die, those two people can be talked about totally different.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of them will die,
Yeah.
but the other won't.
Yeah.
The other will be lived on. Bro, this guy, he had $1 million, but he helped out so much, such a good guy. He helped around when he couldn't, this, that. The other guy, he just wanted more.
Yeah.
He just wanted more. He was this type of person, that type of person. You know what I'm saying?
Tupac had this quote where he said, if there was no currency and no money readily available, and that wasn't our exchange of commerce, and we based it off how we treat each other, what would your value be on this earth?
Real shit, bro. That's the way I look at it. What is your value?
Bro, some people are so poor, all they have is money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yo, amen to that.
You know what I mean?
Amen to that.
You know what I mean? It's like
Cheers,
that doesn't determine anything. That's just a tool in society. It's a tool that you use.
Bro, it's a distraction.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? It's a distraction. That's what it is. It's a distraction to get you from your mind that God gave you. God gave you this mind. Everything is already there.
It's already done.
He's already in you. All you gotta do is just use him. People have this feeling of like, oh, God abandoned me. You abandoned God.
Woo!
You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at
It's
it.
perception.
It's perception.
Because God, how could God abandon when He's giving
That's
the sun,
why,
the sun
you forgot
energy,
about me, you this,
everything.
that. You forgot how to use him. That's all it comes down to. I forgot how to use him at a time. Do you know what I'm saying?
'Cause you're looking at
Everyone's
it on a
always
two-dimensional
complaining.
perspective,
Everyone's complaining
yeah.
like, why isn't he helping me out?
Yeah.
Why is he? Because you're not
Victim,
he's
victim,
there.
playing the victim.
He's there for everyone.
Yeah.
He's there for everyone. You just gotta learn how to use
You
him.
gotta tap into that frequency.
You
It's-
gotta
it's
tap in.
readily
You gotta put in
available.
the time. He's there for you.
It's the same frequency that keeps your heart beating.
That's
It's the
it.
same frequency that keeps the sun not moving an inch closer. Because if it
That's
happens,
it.
we're all done.
That's it.
It'll be like that. It's the same frequency and it's readily available. You just have to
You have to learn how to use him,
Peace
man.
be still,
He's
you know?
there.
He's
and
there.
He's listening.
forever,
Forever, bro. In
ever
every
and ever,
aspect, bro.
before you and beyond you.
Beyond you.
Bro, I read this quote. My client dropped this on me, and I think it was from the Quran. And he said, the amount of love
Yeah.
a parent has for the child, God loves that child 1,000,000 times more. And just take that in. Try to comprehend that. Like,
Real shit. Like, I was
imagine
just
you have a
about to
child
tell
in front of you, like,
Yeah.
there's God loves my child more than me 1,000,000 times more. But yeah, where do you get your love from?
Yeah. You ever watch the movie Mother?
No.
Bro, watch that movie. Crazy movie, bro.
Yo.
That movie changed my view on how, like, everything, bro. But you gotta watch it.
There's this one thing I live by, bro. Yo, you take one O away from good, you got God. You add one D to the word evil, you got devil.
Yeah.
Do good. Don't do evil, bro.
That's it.
Don't do good. Don't do evil.
Yeah.
Self-righteousness is the path to wisdom, bro. Like, I'm reading the Bible right now.
I'm reading it too.
And I'm halfway through.
Yeah.
And it took me 1.5 years to get where I'm at.
Yeah.
It's the biggest piece of literature
Bro,
that I've ever had to read.
I'm reading it too.
2 pages take me 20 minutes to read, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's so thin.
I have this guy I really want you to meet. He's a pastor. His name is Matt, bro. Amazing guy. This guy you'll have such deep conversations with.
How far are you right now? Where are you right now?
Aurora.
No, I mean in Bible.
I'm not at the New Testament. I've passed where am I exactly? Honestly, I picked it up about, like, I haven't read it in about a month. I used to go to church before this COVID stuff. Mm-hmm. So every Sunday, not every Sunday, like some Sundays I'd work, but mostly I try to make time with Matt. And I go to the church, and mostly I would do his teachings, and I would read a little bit by myself. But which Bible do you have? Do you have like the old version or the
old
English?
old
one?
Ye old
oh
English.
shit!
Yeah. I'm like,
okay, I got a little bit of like the new
one. So it's like
where it's like
English.
where you can kind of understand.
That's blessed too.
Kind of understand what's going on, but like there's a lot of good lessons in there.
It's just bars, bro.
Bro,
it's
a lot of
bars
good lessons.
And life lessons, bro.
A lot of good lessons.
Because at the end of the day, those individuals had the same capacity that we had.
Yeah.
And they're going through life in their own time.
Yeah.
So like when you read about a humanity's experience and you could find a piece of yourself in that story, that's the gem.
Yeah.
That's the gem. That's the true gem. You know what I mean?
But reading it, it's like, I don't know if you read about the Quran.
I read the Quran 4 years ago.
And did you talk about the Torah? Is it?
I've yet to read the Torah, but one part of the Quran that really stuck with me, you'll be judged for every atom of good and evil you do. Take that in, bro.
Yeah.
You'll be judged for every atom. Not no like action.
Yeah.
Atom. Like thought perspective.
Yeah.
Like things you don't even act on.
Yeah.
That you just have it in your mind.
And the crazy thing is, bro, like, Tito, if you actually take a look back, step back, and you realize that these religions all come from the same God. Because, and I'm talking about like actually like history-wise. Because if you look at it, they all stem back to Abraham. The Torah, Jews believe in Abraham. Islam started with Abraham. Christianity started with Abraham.
Yes.
The only parts that change, so basically Abraham was the first one to say there's one God. There's one God, right? He was the first one to say that. And basically where Islam and Christianity took a turn was when he came to sacrifice his son. And
God stopped him at that last moment.
But in Christianity, they believe it's Isaac, which is from his real wife. In Islam, they believe it's Ishmael, which is the more Egyptian wife that he married, right? So it all goes into territory because his first wife, Isaac, was more of a white woman. His second wife was more of an Egyptian brown woman. Middle East, Islam, white Christianity. So it's like it's all from one. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's all from one.
And it's all from one. God is real and He's there.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then in my opinion of it is like different perspectives.
Yeah.
On what God is.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's like I believe in Jesus personally. I believe in Jesus and I believe what He stood for. You know, if you read about, like, I read a little bit of the New Testament before I started from the beginning. So just what He would say, bro, the things He would talk about. You know, it gives me goosebumps because it's how I value my life right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, He once came into the place where they were exchanging money, and He started.
Temple's over. Yeah, why are you doing?
Why are you hustling
in
What
temple
are you guys
for?
doing?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like a lot of the stuff that
He was a rebel.
Yeah.
He was a rebel
and
to society.
Just the stuff he would say. You know, he would say something like,
Yo, I have to use the washroom so bad right
go.
now. Just hold that down, yeah.
okay,
How much?
your glass a little bit, no?
Yeah, please. Thank you for your hospitality, bro.
Bro, this is your home as if it is anyone else's home, bro.
That's
If you have good spirits and good love, bro, you're welcome here anytime.
You fill up with water.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any water to drink? Are you okay?
Just don't fill up with water. Grab a new water bottle from the mini fridge.
Oh, yeah.
Just throw that one in the garbage, yeah.
Hey, cold. bro. This guy got everything for the people, bro.
Yes, sir. The people are the most important.
Bro, I don't drink the water. That's for the homies.
The people are the most important, man. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, bro.
There's this what's it called? There's this saying that it says, I was thinking about Jesus, and it says, teach a man how to fish, and he'll have food for his whole life.
Mm.
But give a man like a meal of fish and just has food for one night, you know? And that's kind of the opportunity and risk I took. Not the risk, sorry. Scratch that. That's kind of like the opportunity I want to give these people, you know? You know? So it's like, I feel like when you open up a shop on Good Heart and just giving people a chance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I took about 3 people that didn't have a client base, have not a lot of experience in cutting hair, and I gave them an opportunity to make something. Just as Kusha gave me an opportunity to make something on myself, I hope one day each one of them have their own shop and do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just very glad that it is a family orientated thing.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait for it to, like, you know? And like I was telling you, bro, I just really wanted to be like a brand, bro. I was thinking about getting into like beard oil and like beard products and like hair products, and like that's the kind of like, and even have like I want to make my own clippers, you know, like an Ace with the Aces Fade logo, yo. It's gonna be nasty, but those are for later down the line.
It's already done though. That's the thing. You put it up there, it's already done.
That's it, bro.
And the fact that you just had to move into that dimension.
Yeah.
It's already done. Because you could see it. Like, yo, thoughts are things.
Yeah.
You should read, since you like Napoleon Hill, you know the source of all law of attraction and Napoleon Hill and a lot of other like spiritual scriptures you can relate to? You should read the Hermetica. The Hermetica is Egyptian philosophy. And how the Hermetica is written by Hermes Trismegistus. Trismegistus because he was thrice times great. He was 3 times great on all 3 realms: physical, spiritual, and higher. He was, according to history, the creator of the pyramids, mathematics, philosophy, and religion. So the story of the Hermetica is that he prophesied in his writings that the Greeks would find his writing and they don't have the mind to understand it, so they're going to naturally broken telephone it by trying to interpret it their own way, right? They're going to take away from the actual source of it. And Greek, Western, that leads into Christianity and to what we live in today.
Yeah.
But like you like reading Napoleon Hill and stuff like
I
that.
want to check that one out.
Read
Can you text that one to me?
I'll text you.
Yeah, text
you.
I'll check that out.
The Hermetica is phenomenal. But
that's
like,
good. I want to get a little bookshelf over there.
Ali was telling me.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little bookshelf.
I'm gonna donate some books.
Yeah, just have mad books.
We should start a book club.
Recommend. That would be sick, bro.
We start a book club and we should all like read the same book.
And we talk about it
and come here, like, you know, me, you, Ali, Kings, you know.
Yeah,
we just,
and do a little, like, you know.
And just talk about what we learned from it.
100%. What's your favorite books in general? Let's go away from, like, educational books. Like, just books you grew up on. Like, the biggest book I think I grew up on growing up was The Outsiders.
Tell me about that.
Have you read The Outsiders?
I haven't read The
Outsiders.
Outsiders.
That's crazy. That's like, it's by Essie Hinton. She's a female artist, and in her time she didn't want to use her real name, so she used it as, she put S.E. And then Hinton.
Little alias.
You know, so no one really knows who she is, but it's just a really good. It's about like a group of kids that grow up together and like gang rivalries. It's a really good book, man. There's a movie on it too, but I would really recommend reading that one, man. It just touches the heart. It's really good.
One of my favorite books in terms of a novel, The Patriots. So The Patriots is set in a world where the economy crashes, but these individuals, they were planning on that. They were not planning in the sense of they're planning for it to happen. They're planning for it because they can't trust society. So a group of like 5 friends, they bought property somewhere way out of nowhere, and they built it up because they knew the way society's going is destined to crash.
Yeah.
It's destined to crash. So it's written by survivalists. So every little aspect of the book, when he tells you how to dig a spider hole, that's actually how you dig a spider hole. When he tells you how to build something outside in the wilderness, that's actually how you do it. So it's written by survivors. So not only are you learning a story like in a movie sense, but you're actually learning real shit if you actually apply it. And right now, currently, it's the Bible right now.
Yeah.
Because there's so much like lessons and metaphors. But what I want to ask you, bro,
Shoot, Tito.
is
Shoot.
like we were talking about this earlier. It's like
Yeah.
the barbershop,
Mm-hmm.
the essence, the element of the barbershop. You cannot replicate that anywhere you go in life, because I feel like the barbershop is the true community center of the community, because everyone comes to here.
100%.
Everyone comes to here, so I'm saying like through the barbershop. Like, what did you learn from from learning from the beginning to you having your own space?
Yeah.
From someone learning the once to actually being a shop owner. Tell me what the barbershop meant to you then and what it means to you now.
In a sense, I could say it means the same thing. Because I fell in love with the barbershop the first day I stepped in. And not in the step way in the way I got a cut, but in the sense where I was part of the family. You know? With things not going well at home or anything, that was my family. You know? That was a place to come.
Because you can relate to the
That was
craft.
my getting away. That was my, okay, I'm here for most of the day. I don't have time to think about what's bothering me. I don't have time to reminisce. I don't have time to worry. I'm learning how to cut hair.
Because you're doing a cut.
You're vibing.
Yeah.
You're talking.
You're learning.
You're learning, bro. You meet. Let's say you have 20 clients in a day. You're meeting 20 people in a day
20 souls.
with different experiences through life, different things that they went through, and not for a 5-minute interaction. They're sitting in your chair from anywhere from 30 to an hour or whatever, however long it takes for you to.
3 hours for me when I first learned, bro.
Bro, it's whatever.
Yeah.
It's more
And
time
I
to
try
learn
to make
about
the conversation
them.
more.
There you go.
Because I know, like, I'm cutting a guy and I'm not knowing my shit back in the day. So
Yeah.
I'm like, let me talk to this guy. You
Yeah.
know? So it's not like I'm just silent cutting.
Bro, and
for free,
honestly,
you
people
know?
like what I've experienced through cutting hair is that people enjoy that more than, like, let's say you give them a fresh fade and boot them out. There will be some people that sure want that, but people want to have a connection. People want to feel connected to other people. It lives in us. We like to feel, attraction towards other people. We like to people to feel us, people to hear us. Sometimes you just want someone to listen.
Yeah.
That's all you want.
And this time,
You just want to vent and just have someone listen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I've had people sit on my chair and just talk about troubles with their girls or trouble at home or just troubles, and you just listen.
Yeah.
You listen, you give them your 2 cents, you tell them, like you talk, and bro, honestly, it's not even about money or anything. It's like, I love what I do. You know what I'm saying? Today I had one of my friends tell me, he's like, yo, like, I don't know how long I could do this. And I responded to him, I'm like, I think that's where I'll succeed. Because I can't picture not doing this. You know? It's not it's my life. You know? This is what, like we talked about before.
It saved your life.
This is what saved me, bro.
Yeah.
This is what saved me. And it's
So you want to speak life to your clients.
that's it, bro. And it's like, I want to also like show the route and stuff to other young barbers. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause I wanna show them that it's not all about what Instagram or whatever showing you. You know what I'm saying? It's like barbering. The original root of barbering is like you said, it's a community.
Yeah.
It's like a barbershop.
It's your tribe.
It's like that's your tribe.
Yeah.
I go to Ace's barbershop. I go to Hilltop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like that's where you go.
Yeah.
That's you go to Hilltop. Oh, sick. I go to Hilltop. Who do you get? Yo, Tito. Oh, I give him a cover shadow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a whole like
camaraderie.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's like it's more than just like haircut in and out and bang out or whatever. It's more about like getting to know people. And sure, am I gonna be honest? Yeah, there have been times where I've been jam packed and I had to do haircuts faster or slower or whatever. But in an essence, in an overall aspect of barbering is that eventually I want to really like once I'm a little bit more calm and collective, I want to really take time. I want to put like an hour and something aside for each client. Take my time, do a little bit less cuss and but it's something that I don't think I can really get out of. Barbering is something that I want my whole life to be around because it's like once you find what you want to do, with what you do, you could do big things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People often, Tito, they limit themselves.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Conformity.
Like, what's the point of this? Oh, just be a barber, cut hair, let me quit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Bro, fam, like, it's like you have 2 people in the same route. You have one person looking at it like that.
Yeah.
And you have a person like me. I'm looking at it completely different.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it like, okay, own a barbershop. Help out. Make it much more bigger than a barbershop. Make it a community. Make a brand. You know, inspire. Do the charity events.
Yeah.
Do the charity
Give
events.
back to the community.
Give back to the community. Give back to the people.
Yes.
Give back to the people.
Yes.
Like, just there's so much to do. People just look at stuff so short. Like, I don't want to just cut hair all day.
It's not just cutting hair.
It's not cutting hair.
It's more than
Put
that.
your goals, put your visions. Because if you have that outlook on life, it's not just barbering.
Yeah.
It's anything that you pick out, you're gonna drop so easily.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with our generation nowadays.
Yeah.
It's boredom. People get bored fast.
Boredom is a choice.
It's a choice. You get bored fast. But there's this guy, Inky Johnson. You know?
No,
Inky Johnson.
No.
Sick guy. I'll tell you about his story, but it's a long story. But he has this quote, and he said, usually when you're in the mood, so let's put it in a workout essence, or like in a training essence. When you're feeling it and you're like, yo, like I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna train, it's easy to do it. But the hard part is when you're not in the mood.
Okay.
When you're not in that mindset. Yeah. But to do the things you said you were gonna do when you were in that mindset. To do it when you're way out of that mindset. Do you get what I'm saying?
100%.
It's to do it then. Because it's easy to do it when you're feeling good.
Yeah.
It's easy to do it when everything's all right and everything's on route and everything's planned. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard when you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
It's hard when you're drained.
You're tired.
But that's what makes the greats.
Yeah.
There's greats for a reason. There's a saying that says some people want to make the league, right?
Yeah.
Let's say basketball. Some people just want to make the NBA.
Yeah.
They just want to be in the NBA.
Just for the accolades.
I'm in the NBA.
Yeah.
But some people make the NBA. That's just not even the start.
Yeah.
They want to be the greats.
Yeah.
They want to be the best to ever do it. The Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, the LeBron, those guys.
Muhammad Ali.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the same aspect.
Yeah.
Some people just want to be a barber.
Yeah.
But some people want to be the greats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You take it beyond the
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You necessarily don't have to be known by the whole world to be a great.
No.
I'm just using basketball as like the way.
I feel
you don't have to.
Yeah.
The amount of people that you can affect and change their aspect. Tito, if you change one person's life, it's a blessing, bro. You change one person's life. And you could do that on a consecutive basis. Just, spit your knowledge.
Have that intention.
Have that intention, bro, and keep moving forward with it.
Are you familiar with David Goggins?
David Goggins, yeah. My girlfriend's a big fan of
Shout out
David Goggins.
Ali,
let's take a shot to David Goggins.
Ali can confirm that too. He knows as well. I have his book at home.
Oh, can you hurt me?
You know. And this whole thing is like, I don't start cutting reps till it starts hurting.
Yeah.
Have you done any of his workouts?
No, I have not.
He does workouts? Yo, when you have time, your next workout, type in David Goggins workout.
But what was this run he was doing?
He was doing 4 miles every 4 hours for 4
He's a savage.
Savage,
He's
bro.
a savage, but his whole
4
thing.
4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours.
Marathon.
That's crazy.
Yo, do his workout next time you're at home and try to keep up.
Yeah.
Try to keep up, bro.
That's crazy.
He's like almost 50, and he doesn't count his
He
reps.
was Vel told me he was a Navy SEALs.
But before he was Navy SEALs, he wasn't happy with who he was.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He was cockroach exterminator. He was fat, and he was like, "Yo, man, like I have to do something different."
Yeah.
His childhood trauma too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, his trauma, and he just went through the fuck shit to purify who he is. To be like, "Yo, bro, like you can't break me, you can't hurt me." And what I'm segueing into,
And the Navy SEALs is a big part of that, man. It's a big part of that. As much as people don't like to admit, that shit will build you, bro.
Yeah.
He ran on broken shins.
And he's on his deathbed like 3 days before he dies, 3 or 4 days before he dies. And he looks at me, he winks. He's like, yo, AR, I got visions of the Reaper coming. But he wasn't scared. No fear. No fear.
Fear. He accepted it. Like
he looked death in the face. As Lil Wayne says, looked death in the face and took his mask off. That takes balls, bro.
Yeah.
That takes balls. At 20 years old.
Yeah.
You know?
Through experience.
And 2 years, 3 years. Arm getting paralyzed. You know? Shit's going on. You don't know whether you're gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. Chemotherapy, losing your hair, losing your eyebrows. It's hard, bro.
But he gained in wisdom.
But bro, fam, he didn't care.
Yeah.
Fam, he would go out. He would, as if nothing is happening.
It's a transit. It's a transit.
You know, he was trying to build the family when the family was supposed to be building him.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That takes a tank, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Think about a broken family and you have this guy that's trying to heal everything. It's not your job, man. You're fighting cancer. It was our fault. We were supposed to be watching out for you. You know? But you're always watching out for us. But look at what he's built now. And like you said, the universe doesn't provide unless you're worthy of it.
The universe, everything that happens in the universe is always perfect.
It doesn't provide for you unless you're worthy of it. And he's worthy of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's getting the rep he's getting. That's why he's getting what he's getting. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not worthy of it, then the universe won't pay me back what I'm worth. What you put out there will come back.
But this is all from spirit.
That's it.
This is all a manifestation from spirit, because if it wasn't, then why would you be here? It's 10:40.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to drop your girl off?
I'll be back in like 30, 40 minutes.
I'm here.
You sure?
I'm here. I'm gonna roll up and just pull thing. Let me see my homie right there.
You want me to lock up or no?
Yeah, I think you should, just in
lock
case.
up, lock
No,
up.
but I want you to, if he's not there, you can chill in here. Want me to give you the key?
No, he like let him stay in here, but we just locked the front door.
I'll take the key. I'll lock up. I'm gonna go see my homie. He knows to come through the back. You know what I mean? He knows to come through the back. I'm gonna see my homie because I'm right there, right?
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go see what up and just reflect with him. And then when you come back, we'll fully wrap it up. Bro, I love you so much, bro.
I love you too, Tito.
Like, bro, this
But how long should we do this video?
it doesn't matter, bro.
Alright, sick.
It doesn't fucking matter, bro. Because you know what? We're gonna listen to it,
Yeah.
and we're gonna learn.
Yeah.
And people, Kusha's gonna listen to this whole thing, bro.
Yeah.
Shadow's listen to this whole thing.
I don't think they'll listen to the whole thing.
I know they will.
In the shop? Just run it?
I know they will. I know they will. I know they will. And it doesn't matter if they don't.
Yeah.
The fact that we put this in the universe, bro.
Yeah.
This is therapy, bro.
Yeah, for real.
This is therapy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Drop your girl off, bro. Get her home in time.
I'll be back.
Congratulations, bro. Congratulations, bro.
Thank you, brother.
So, like, how does it feel after you've done a couple cuts in here now? You have your team established. You're still getting used to the energy of everything because it's ripe, right? It's new. It's fresh.
Yeah. One thing I try to look at, Tito, is honestly I try to stay in the middle, not get too high, not get too low. You know, it's still the beginning, bro. It's still very much of the beginning for what I have planned. You know, I'm almost just as started as I was when Kusha gave me that first clipper. This is the first shot.
Yeah, I feel you.
There's gonna be ups, there's gonna be downs.
Mm.
I mean, moments where I want to quit. Moments where I don't have the drive.
Mm.
But your why is gonna determine everything.
Mm.
That's the why. And my why is strong.
Ace.
You know?
Mm.
My why is super strong. So I don't feel like I'm gonna stop anytime soon.
Mm.
You know? I'm not gonna stop anytime soon, and the ideas and goals I have in my mind are above and beyond anyone's expectations of me. You know? People are probably like, this is it. He has his shot. It's not it.
Yeah. That's the leaves sprouting.
It's not it, Tito,
Yeah.
at all. But, like, again, I don't want to get too caught up. Like, just taking one step, just rep the name. Get it good. Get the shot bumping. Get what it needs to be, the whole color theme, the gray, the gold, the white. It's a theme itself, you know? And then
It's
slowly...
beautiful already.
Yeah, slowly by slowly just add a little bit more and more and more, and eventually, you know, get to exactly where I wanna be. But even then, that's still not... Like, you're always... I think it was Matthew McConaughey, or whatever, you know, the actor.
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah,
about? Yeah, he said this thing. He's like, you're always chasing yourself.
Mm.
You know, they asked him, he's like, who's your biggest idol, or who's your biggest hero?
Mm.
And he's like, that's me in 10 years.
Mm.
He's like, 10 years passed, and the same guy asked me, he's like, are you your hero? He's like, not even close. He's like, so who's your hero? He's like, me when I'm 35. And he kept going, and he kept going. He's like, see, you're ultimately chasing this hero, but you're never getting it. He's always one step ahead, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He's always a little bit in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Tito from 5 years ago is not Tito today. You know, AR from 5 years ago is not AR today. I'll probably look at that AR and laugh. You know, you'll probably look at that Tito and be like, yo, what were you thinking?
Word.
You know, so
Word.
it's like you're always chasing this person. 5 years from now, you'll probably look at this Tito and be like, yo, it's experience, it's wisdom, learning.
Rolling the snowball down the hill.
That's it, bro. It's just gathering. It's getting bigger and bigger, and your perception on things, what you want, everything is like it grows with it. You know, so.
Be like water. Be like water.
Yeah, just adapt to the circumstances. I'm proud and I'm happy to have this shop, bro, and just keep going on from here, bro. Like I said, eventually I want each one of these barbers to have a Aces somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And eventually maybe in the future to go international. It'll be the first Canadian barbershop to be international, man. You know? Touch England.
Spread the abundance.
Germany. Yeah, man. Why not?
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Yeah, why not? Exactly.
Like, that's
the
why
gift,
not?
really.
Fuck it, we fell.
That's
like,
what that's what the universe is
problem?
giving to us. It's always
You know?
saying spread, you know? So might as well spread it out.
Yeah, and there's a difference between risk and calculated risk. You want to take calculated risks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't want to just take risks.
Yeah.
Oh, I have 20,000. I'm opening up shop and gotta take calculated risks.
Gambling at that point.
Yeah, it's gambling. It's just like, you know, like, whoa. You want to take calculated risks. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have done this if I didn't have that money that I worked for at the condo. You know, I wouldn't have done this because I want to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail at doing it right, doing it 100%. I'm not gonna fail at doing it half-assed because then you have that thing like, oh, if I did it this way, or if I did it that way, it would have worked. It's like, no, do it right. Put your heart in it, and if it fails, you're not really failing.
Mm-hmm. You're getting experience.
You're getting experience.
It's only an L if you don't learn the lesson.
Yeah, man. And I've already learned so much from this shop.
Yeah.
So much. You know? And if I probably went back, it's like, that's what I'm saying. Within a couple months, you can learn. Just from opening up a shop, I've learned, like, I would have done it differently now. You know? But it's for the next one and the next one. And you don't learn until you do. So I'm just glad I got the opportunity to open this up, man. And I really like the vibe. I'm sure you feel
It's
the
beautiful.
energy in here.
Yeah, I felt it from the jump,
so
bro.
it's good, man. Just gonna see where life takes us.
How do you look at like entrepreneurship and barbering from like you said, like 5-10 years before to currently right now to where we sit right now? How do you
so
from before to
like
now?
I said, when I first started barbering, it was like I was looking at the other barbers and I would see the cash. Right when I first started.
You seen the finesse, the easiness of it. You
Just
seen
like, yo, like
it's easy.
I wanna live easy.
Yeah.
Why am I like making minimum wage? Why am I struggling? But it's way deeper than money. It became a therapy at a certain point. And as I grew, I just wanted to cut hair, not even to make money. If I took a week off cutting, I'm like, yo, I miss cutting. It's not even like, yo, I need money. Because the money was there, you know? You realize yourself once you make money. Because
It exposes more of you.
it exposes more of you.
Yeah.
Because a bad person will be more evil with money.
It wasn't the money, it was just
more stingy, more
always them.
everything. A good person will just be more giving with money. Will do more. You know? Will try to help out more. Try to inspire more. You know? So when I got the money, I didn't even get like the money like in that aspect. But I'm saying like, you know, from compared to where I was to where I got, where I could have my hand in my own pocket, I realized like still me, man. Still me. And then the biggest difference from where I viewed barbering until where I view barbering now is that it's not, you know, it's for the people. It's for the whole community as well. You know what I'm saying? It's like I see the smile on people's faces when they get a haircut. You know what I'm saying?
And barbers played many roles
I
back
kind of
in the
like,
day.
there's a lot of stages that I go through. I'm like, I would think, I'm like, yo, like, bro, like, I remember when I used to book my haircut. And I try to put myself in the client's shoes. Bro, I used to book my haircut for like, let's say 2 weeks from now. Bro, I was looking forward to that. I was excited. So it's like, why shouldn't that guy, you know, he's coming, he's paying you a decent amount, 40
He's giving
bucks,
his time for your
30
time.
bucks, 40 bucks is a good amount of money.
Especially in these days and times.
Especially in these days and times.
Yeah.
It's a good amount of money. So why doesn't he deserve the best experience?
Yeah.
Talking, quality, good haircut, you know? Why doesn't he deserve that? You know what I'm saying? And it's not even like, I guess my points of that was like maybe I was a grinder in my early days. Just cut, yo, 10 a.m.
Like
to
a
10
robot.
p.m. Robot, just
Yeah.
cut.
Yeah.
Don't
Just stand in one spot. Just
cut, yo.
robot.
Shut up and cut.
Yeah, shut up.
You
and
know,
cut
that's
type
who
shit.
you are. Shut up and cut. You're not anymore.
Yeah.
Okay? Just make your money. Just grind it out. Grind. If you grind your...
And that's an option as barbering. As a barber, you can do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And you can gather the accolades from that.
Yeah, yeah.
But there will also be a reverb from that. There will be an
Yeah.
echo from that.
Yeah, yeah.
From doing that so much.
But I guess what was different for me was I grinded so much I didn't put any time for myself. And the biggest thing you can invest
Yeah.
is in yourself. You
Yeah.
take one step back, and instead of just grinding, you take a step back and you kind of observe. You take a day or two off. You let your brain just think. Just let it think. You know what I'm saying? Just let it process. Just let ideas flow in your. When you're cutting all day long, you don't have ideas flowing in your brain. You're busy talking, communicating, cutting, and you're so tired you sleep at the end of the night. So I guess what I guess was the big change was me deciding to take a little bit of time for myself as well. You know, just be like, yo, like chill. Go for a drive. Go do stuff that you like. And I could say this is a big part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I didn't do those things, I wouldn't have ideas popping in my head. You know, I started cutting at home a little bit. Started chilling a bit more. Started thinking like, why don't I have my own shop? If I was so stuck in the grind, I would have never had these ideas. You know? And yeah, bro, that's mostly where I think the big difference is at the beginning I was more about hustle and grind and this and that, and now it's more of like a real service. Not as a service as in a haircut, but as just as a service mixed with passion. You know, and it's really tied in, and it's an understanding of like, yo, I actually love this. Because at the beginning when you're doing something, you don't know if you love it. You don't know if it's a phase. You don't know, maybe it's just maybe it's just like, I just want money.
It's like a relationship.
You know? Then when you
Is it
realize...
lust or love?
Yeah, exactly. Yo, spot on.
Is it lust or
Spot
love?
on. Is it lust? Am I having lust right now, or is it love?
Yeah.
And that's what it was
Do
with
I
the
lust
barber
the
game.
barber game
Yeah.
for what I could see the easiness of it, but it's
Yeah.
not that easy as it seems
Or
to be?
do you just love the lifestyle?
The persevering of it.
Do you love being in an atmosphere where
Yeah.
people coming in, coming out, communicating, the family essence of the barber shop?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what is your thing? You know, and I feel like that's what a lot of people lack, man. They don't realize what they're doing and why they're doing it. They just do it. You know?
There's no like questioning of why.
No
they're
questioning,
doing it.
just doing it.
The why. There's
Yes,
no why.
Take a step back.
The biggest question is why.
Why?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Always ask why.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge, bro. You know? And that's my why. And you know, I had a guy come in the shop and he's like, yo, who's this? I'm like, that's who the shop is dedicated to. It's like, yo, mad love, that's respect, bro. And it's like,
Capture
every
hearts. You
time,
capture hearts at the door, bro.
every time someone asks that question, I'm like, he's living a little bit more.
Because you're affirming it, bro.
He's living a little bit more. He's not dying. He's 2 years now, you know, that he died. He's not dead,
The
man.
spirit's even stronger
People
now.
are asking. People are talking. Ace's barbershop. Ace. Who's Ace? Who's Ace? Like, why is it after? Oh, it's like, like questions. Bomb. He's alive. You know?
It's a story.
So I guess, like, for me, it's like, it's the barbering mixed with carrying on his legacy. Like I told you before, the barbering is just my way of letting the world know my story. And letting the world connect with me.
That's your medium.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's my medium.
That's your bridge.
That's my bridge. That's what I connect to the world with.
Come walk under my bridge.
Yeah.
Come to my world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cut hair, but I'm more than a barber.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't cut hair.
You're
I look at everyone like that.
You're
You might
a family
play ball,
man.
but you're not just a ball
friend,
player.
You're
Yeah.
a brother.
That's
you're
it.
everything.
And that was just my view on things, bro.
Yeah.
That was just my view. So it's more than just cuts now. It's a legacy.
Yeah.
It's his legacy.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the main switch is, you know? At the beginning, it's just like, yo, I just want to be a barber, cut hair, and that's recently changed my Instagram name from AR Blends to AR Aces. Because it's like, AR Blends represented like my barber face. Haircuts, this, that, the grind, blah, 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 everything. And then like AR Aces is that new chapter in my life, you know? It's like where I manifest my ideas into reality, you know? It's no more a vision. It's the real thing, you know? It's doing the things that you dreamed about. It's instead of saying, yeah, I'm going to do it, and just do it, you know? Just do it.
Just do it.
Just fucking get up and like, you know.
You'll never know till you just do it.
I literally like, it was like a day. I called him like, I want to see some shops. It's so funny how one day could change your life.
And during quarantine, this whole 3 months, you were just building this up.
Building this up, doing little details, doing some cuts here and there, house calls and whatever, and yeah, man, just building this up. It was a blessing coming in every day, and honestly, it's just like from what it was to what it came out to be, I'm more than happy, man. Yeah, I'm more than happy, bro. And I just want like people to know that it's like, man, I'm not a guy that came from wealth and came from giving and privileged and had everything spoon-fed to me and success was given to me. I came from like, bro, I was at a point in grade 11. School wasn't working out for me. I didn't know whether to cut hair, and karate wasn't working out. My doors were closed, you know? Like if you're feeling depression, I felt it. I got diagnosed with it. If you're feeling anxiety, I got diagnosed with depersonalization, which is an anxiety disorder. I felt almost the worst of the worst that anyone can feel, you know? And
through every emotion.
Every emotion, man. And people don't know that. People look at me, they're like, "Yo, you're such a happy kid. You're such a like good vibe, good energy, good." Yeah, but it's because I don't let that represent me. That's not who I am. Anxiety or depression isn't who I am. No. Something I'm feeling.
That's what you went through.
It's not who I am. Yeah. You know? So it's like, for anyone that's out there, you know, and is feeling those feelings, that it's normal, man. A lot of us will go through it, you know? But make that transition from being so caught up into it to start doing things. Biggest thing for me was helping others, talking to people. You know what I'm saying? Going out of making someone else's day started to make my day. Instead of trying to make my day. You know? Trying to find things to make me happy. Like, yo, let me make someone else happy.
That return will make you more happy.
And that return didn't mean being more happy. You know?
But that was never the initial goal. But I'm gonna just make me more happier. It's like,
it was always me.
Yeah.
Like, yo, like, oh, like, let me do this, let me do that. I'm like, yo, fuck.
And then you made it we.
Yeah.
And here we are today.
Here we are, bro. And it's like, I know what it feels like, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I know what it feels like to not want to be here anymore. You know, I know what it feels like to be alone. You know, I don't know, one of these ex, I don't know if you listened to him. He said this line. He said, I know what it's like to feel alone. I could have 1,000 people around me, still feel so alone. And I felt that. I'd be cutting in exclusive fades and have people coming in, people coming out, and I felt almost as a ghost. I didn't feel alive, you know? I felt like I'm just... See, the biggest difference in life is living and existing. They're two different things, man. You know? Do you want to exist or do you want to live? No one wants to exist.
Yeah. Because then you're just there.
You're just there.
You're
just going through it.
Yeah.
But when you're living, you're enjoying. You know?
You're mindful of what's happening.
You're mindful. Your vibes, everything in life is...
You're taking it in.
Taking it in, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And in the future, with the barber, I want to put a line out for mental health. You know? I think that's a big problem in the world nowadays.
It's so overlooked today because as an entrepreneur, people don't ever talk about the aspects of an entrepreneur and the mental health that they gotta deal with. Because what I feel a lot of people see is as an entrepreneur, and they see what the leaves of the tree.
Yeah.
But they don't know, like, yo, that entrepreneur, that human being had to go through the darknesses to figure it out. And it's very important because mental health is key. I always tell, yo, like you should meditate as much as you brush your teeth. Dental health, mental health.
Yeah.
So you brush your teeth twice a day, meditate twice a day.
Trust me.
Take it in, you know what I mean? And I had this metaphor where it's like, you wake up, you know, Etch-a-Sketch?
Yeah.
2 knobs.
Yeah.
And you gotta shake it.
Yeah.
Every day you wake up with an Etch-a-Sketch. Every day you wake up with a brand new Etch-a-Sketch. And from the moment you wake up to the moment you retire your head to the bed, you have your daily image. So let's say there's 2 individuals.
Yeah.
Individual A and individual B. Picture it like split and a screen down the middle. Individual A, they wake up naturally. No alarm clock, no cell phone.
Yeah.
They wake up, they don't reach for the cell phone because it's not in their room. They wake up, they go for a jog right away.
Yeah.
Eat a healthy breakfast right away. Rock a meditation, drink bare water, and have their morning organized. They're not rushing out the door for shit. So their Etch-a-Sketch is organized. So the first knob turns, it's nice, you know? And they go to work, they conduct themselves mindfully. They come home, they have the afternoon, evening ritual, and they wind down and they go to bed. But individual B, they wake up to the cell phone, wake up to an alarm clock to force them to wake up, right?
Yeah.
Because they can't wake up naturally. They grab their phone, they get indoctrinated by all the fuck shit from the day that's happening, right?
Yeah, what's going on
And
and shit.
they're not drawing it, they're letting something draw it for them, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you have individual A who's like drawing it himself. How do you think his image looks like? The one who's more mindful of his thing is looking nice, right? But the thing with an Etch-a-Sketch, bro, is that you need to shake it to get a clear new canvas, right? So if individual A has his whole day planned out, he comes home and he's able to have an afternoon ritual, he's shaking his Etch-a-Sketch because he's letting his mind relax for what you crafted throughout the day. From how you woke up to how you end your day. Individual B, they're not even aware of that. So they're just scribbling all day, scribble. They don't even think about shaking it. No exercise, no meditation. And it's like, what happens to an Etch-a-Sketch if you don't shake it? It gets all black. And what's that blackness? Sickness, depression, darkness, doubt, suicide. It's that because you don't give yourself time to fucking clear your mind. You're always on go. You know what I mean? So it's like,
that's the thing. It's like we're almost scared to talk about mental health.
Mental
But
health.
people get worse because it's like when you talk to people, you realize that it's possible. Because a lot of the times people don't realize, like going through depression or anxiety. When you're in it, your mindset is at a very different place. You know? It's not at a positive place where you could even do those things. You know? You don't even think of those things. You know, you're just, the world is gray. The world is dark.
That light isn't even there.
It's just like that.
It's just dark.
So it's like,
if you get out of it.
If you get out of it. But the thing is, the key thing is that you talk to other people that have been through that. That's what makes
you be vulnerable.
You be vulnerable.
You be vulnerable.
You don't hold it in. Don't hold it in. Talk.
That's the thing what I feel with
pride.
With masculinity, men today. Like, at the end of the day, we all came from women. We would not be here without women. And women would not have seed without men. But men cannot create life. Life from women, that's incredible. They're literally creating souls. They're souls creating machines if you think about it.
For real.
Gardens if you want, you know, like organic. And it's like, as a man and as a woman, you have both the masculine and feminine energy within you. And if you don't embrace both energies, you're gonna become off balanced. And feminine is being vulnerable. Masculine is putting it together, but you work it all together. Because if you're too on one side, you can be too unbalanced. But it's about figuring out. I feel with men, like the stereotype nowadays is like,
you gotta be macho. You gotta be strong.
Don't show fear. Don't do any of that. But like, that isn't healthy. Because it's like, that's like saying, don't go to the washroom when you've eaten food. Don't hold it in. Don't use the washroom. You know what I mean?
It's really hard to find good help too, because it's like, even me, like when I would reach out to family, it's like, oh no, you're okay. I feel that too. No, it's just nothing. Just like, you know, it'll go away. And a lot of people don't really like take it serious. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I'm talking about cultural views. You know what I'm saying?
Traditionalism could be poison at times.
Cultural views, like if you're Persian or Middle Eastern or any culture, whatever it is, it's parents, especially our older parents, is like, that's a sign of weakness. You know? In their way. But it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. it's a sign of strength.
Yeah.
It's a sign of, yo, I'm feeling this way and I'm telling you about it. You know?
Yeah.
Weakness is being scared to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So a lot of times cultural stuff is like, yo, just shut up and go through it.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Which to a certain extent is somewhat, you know?
The gift is there.
The gift is like, yo,
Yeah.
just keep going through it.
Yeah.
You'll eventually get over it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's very, for humans to talk to someone is very
better
important.
to talk about it
It's better to talk about
than
it.
to not talk about it.
To
Or
not talk about
yeah.
it, man. You talk about it, you feel better.
Yeah.
You know, you talk to someone, you see their views on it, and it eventually helps you.
Yeah.
It helps you to view like, okay, man, there's other people that have done this and got through it.
Mm.
You know, I'm not alone.
Mm.
There's other people that have obviously gone through this, beat it, and are doing well for themselves.
Mm.
And that's like, that's one thing that I vision in my life. For people to look at me, you know, eventually, when I reach somewhere and be like, yo, this kid came from something like that. You know, he's been diagnosed with depression and anxiety, and he's done okay for himself. You know, he's reached the goals that he set for himself. That it's possible. Now, I'm gonna be frank. Is happiness guaranteed? 100% up to you.
That's the gem right there. It's up to you.
It's up to you.
It's not up to external forces.
It's not about the shops.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you right now, Tito, I could have 10 shops. Can I guarantee you by the end of that I'm gonna be happy? I don't know.
It's not up to the shops.
It's not up to the shops.
To
It's
you.
the soul. I don't know if at the end, if I have 10 or 20 or 30 shops, that I'm gonna be truly happy. I don't know if that's gonna fulfill my hole in my heart. You know? I don't know. But we'll figure out. And that's the beauty of life. The unknown.
Yeah.
You know, when people ask about God, it's like, oh, if God exists, why can't we see him? That's the beauty of it. That's called faith.
Yeah.
Are you willing to believe something that you can't see? What's the point? What's the point if God was there and he told you everything? It's belief is the beauty. It's not fact. Fact is never beauty. It's belief.
Fact is just someone else's concept and perception that you make to be a truth. But one person's truth is another person's lie.
Whew.
Because they're just giving you perception. Because your perception equals reality, right?
That's it, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's really the square that you can operate on. It's for Ace.
Yeah.
It's all for Ace.
But
it's deeper than even that aspect in itself.
Yeah.
Because you can't even fathom nothing deeper than that because it's your level of consciousness you're operating on. You know what I mean? But you know you can feel it.
Yeah.
To intellectually think about it is a whole nother thing in itself. But to feel it, that's where the true, like, you feel it. You can't word it. To even word it wouldn't even justify it.
Yeah.
To even use English or any language in itself in the humanity, it would not be enough to justify it. Because you cannot put it into words. But yeah, bro.
My mother.
No, it's okay, bro. Tell mom said what up.
Moms are always paranoid.
So, like, yo, if you can give any, like, word of advice to any entrepreneur starting today, like, they literally just, like, they're like, yo, I'm gonna learn to cut hair, or I'm gonna learn how to, like, carpentry, I'm gonna learn how just to pursue something that I believe in that's out of the norm. What could you give to them from, like, what you know to now?
The biggest thing I would, in my eyes, is self-belief. I think that's the key to entrepreneurship. Is self-belief. You know?
Yeah.
Because I think with entrepreneurship it's, you know, if you have two people doing the same thing, but one has more self-belief, that person's gonna succeed more. You know? Because it's like, even cutting hair, it's like, people telling you like, oh, you're gonna take long to learn, or this or that. It's like, your belief in yourself and vision is also very key. What is your vision? You know what I'm saying? It's your vision that's very important. It's like, if if you're just learning to cut hair and like you're going day by day, but if your vision is bigger things, then your everyday purpose will be bigger. Everyday learning more and more and more and believing in yourself, because there's a lot of people that are gonna tell you that it's not the right move, because they're not willing to do it themselves. So they want to tell you it's not the right move, or that you should pick a different career, or that you should pick something that pays better.
Projecting.
Just telling you shit
Pure
because
projecting.
they're scared to do what they want to do.
Because they can't see themselves do it.
So, self-belief.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself. Just believe, and take whatever you want, whatever you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love entrepreneurship. It's take whatever you want
Mm-hmm.
and just fucking skyrocket with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Skyrocket with that
Yeah.
shit. Don't keep it at a flat line. You know? Don't be a barber.
Yeah.
Own a barbershop. Don't own a barbershop. Own a brand.
Mm-hmm.
Don't own a brand. Franchise a fucking barbershop. You know?
Mm.
Create a fucking dynasty, an empire.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't stop
Yeah.
at one thing. Take one, you know, and just fucking keep going with it. Anything.
Yeah.
Anything you do in entrepreneurship, anything you want to start up, you want to vlog, you want to do videos, you want to do camera shooting. Like, don't keep your vision short.
Yeah.
Keep that shit, open your mind. Don't think inside the box.
Mm-hmm.
Take a few steps outside.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, don't be, and don't do what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
You know, you want
Don't
to
follow
stand
waves
different.
or trends.
Right now is a trend.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship is a trend.
Mm.
Every next man is saying, I'm an entrepreneur. It's like, okay, talk is talk.
Especially the last 3 months, people
Just
are
bios,
going to that.
entrepreneur.
CEO of this.
Like,
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah.
Do something. Talk is
You
cheap.
want it for the label? Are you lusting? or are you
Yeah,
loving?
exactly. That's what it comes down to. Because a true entrepreneur is an entrepreneur.
Mm.
He doesn't need to label himself as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's already that.
Yeah.
Without quoting it or stating it. You could just tell. You know? And he doesn't have to claim that he's one. You know, because it's most people do it for the trend. You know, it sounds professional.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an entrepreneur. Do
There's,
something.
there's one saying, it's like, if you're a good guy, you don't gotta say you're a good guy. Your
Yeah.
actions will disprove
Yeah.
it. If you're actually
Real
proclaiming
shit.
you're a good guy, you're not a good guy.
You're not a good guy.
Because why do you
Or it's like
proclaim
the
it?
same thing with like, it's like, I had one person tell me like, I'm trying to be pure. You can't try to be pure.
Yeah.
You either are pure or you're not.
Just be.
Just be.
Right now.
Like, how are you gonna try to be pure?
Yeah, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
I have this tattoo, and it says, if not now, then when? Because it's the realest shit.
Yeah.
If not now, then when? And I really got that from like watching a documentary of how Japanese katanas are formed. It's such a meticulous process. It's so artistic that they create this thing called a tartary, and it's made out of clay.
Yeah.
And they get the iron ored from some mountain in Japan that's the purest of its
Yeah.
kind. And they put it through this tartary, and it's like, it's got to be monitored at a certain temperature, and if it's not lined up, it could fuck
Yeah.
everything up. And then once all said and done, they break down this tartary they created, and they get this little bit of ore, and then they craft it. And it's literally one guy who's flipping the metal over. He has two workers hitting it, and when the iron's hot, every time they hit it, it knocks impurities out. Every hit knocks impurities. So it's like ding, other guys ding, all impurities come out. And then eventually you see like what this guy creates. It's like, you wouldn't have got this katana, this samurai sword that's passed down through lineages, and it's such a like forsaken art that no one really does today. It's like only a handful of people do it now.
Yeah.
Because it was more prevalent back in the day. And you see this guy puts his heart and soul into it.
Yeah.
And it's not just to make a sword or a blade, it's the amount of passion and effort that
Love,
goes into
yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's striking the impurities out. And that's literally how I look at life, bro. Like, we are a raw piece of material that we have to purify our impurities through having confrontations and situations that test our heart and make our ego come to the surface. But when the ego comes to the surface, that's when the iron's hot. That's when you gotta strike
Yeah.
it. Because if
Just us being born. You know what the odds are, Tito?
it's wild. It's a lot.
Of you being sitting here and me sitting here. You know what the fucking odds are, bro? That means everything had to happen exactly the way it happened for you to be here. your great grandmother
wild,
had to meet your great grandfather.
Yeah.
Their kid had to meet that. Like, bro, it's a whole chain for you to be born.
Some butterfly effect shit. But
On
it's
a
deeper than
different
that.
day, if our parents, decided to have kids, we wouldn't have been here.
Different eras and shit.
Like, bro, it's fucked.
there's so many different variables.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, take it. Take
Yeah.
advantage of that. You're here. You
Yeah.
have life. You're alive. You could think. Make use of it. Make an impact. Make an impact.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't leave with nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't leave with nothing. Leave with leaving something.
Yeah. So you can't take it with you.
For people.
Yeah. You can't take none of this with you, bro. It's a
Like, that's
legacy.
what, if once people understand that, like, we're all connected, and we all are.
Mm-hmm.
We're all connected, Tito.
Mhm.
Once people realize that and realize we're not so different, then they can start finding answers to life. You know?
Because the foundation has been established.
It's not about individuality. It's not about you.
Yeah.
It's not about you.
It's not. It's about we. It's about the whole sequence of events.
Yeah. It's about to be able to be at whole with yourself and be at one with yourself. You need to kind of be vulnerable. You need to let yourself, just things that scare you,
And
like you say.
It's wild when you think about
Let
it.
people inside of you.
Yeah.
Allow that.
Yeah.
Allow people to get to know you.
Yeah.
And not that you, like, I was talking to this person and he was asking me about relationship advice, and I told him, I'm like, you know why most relationships don't work? And he's like, why? I'm like, because at the beginning months, you always show your partner or the person you're talking to the best side of you. The side that you want them
The
to
honeymoon
see.
phase.
Start a relationship by showing them your worst side.
You go from like the whole different perspective.
Be you.
You build it up.
Be you.
Yeah.
Don't do anything you wouldn't regularly do. Don't try to impress.
Don't try.
Don't try.
Yeah. Just be.
Just be.
And if it's organic,
Do
it's
what
meant
you
to be.
regularly do.
Yeah.
When I met my girl, I was me.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything that I wouldn't regularly do.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't put on a show or an act or do things like this. How I think of it. If you're not gonna get your roses for your girl in 6 months, don't do it at the beginning. If you're not gonna take her out for dinner once a week, in a year in being in a relationship, don't do it at the beginning. Because shit will start to slow down. You know? Put in effort.
You're trying hard and shit.
Put in effort.
Yeah.
If you're gonna put in effort, always put in effort.
What's the reason
If
behind
you
it?
love someone, always love someone.
Yeah.
Don't do it for a short period of time.
Wholeheartedly.
Don't try at the beginning and not try. That's why relationships don't work. Don't do things that you know.
Lust or love. man.
Lust or love, bro.
Yeah.
Lust
You
or
should have
love.
love for humanity in itself.
Lust or love is the true meaning of love is to be able to love them more than they love themselves.
Word.
You know?
Word. Cheers to that, bro. Word.
What is success to you, Tito?
Success to me is being able to go to sleep with a clear conscience, knowing that you're not doing any lame fuck shit to
Yeah.
be where you are today. That's success.
So basically, in other terms, is how you feel about yourself when no one else is around.
Exactly. Knowing that you can go to sleep with a clear conscience, that you're not
Yeah.
fucking people over, that you're not backstabbing people
It's
to be where you are.
It's feeling good when no one else is around.
Exactly. That you know, like, there's someone out there who
And I
doesn't.
think that's the truth.
That's to me. That's success.
That's success.
That's success.
Feeling good about yourself when no one else is around.
Yeah.
There's no Instagram, no Snapchat, no friends, no. It's just you on your ones, and you feel good about
Yeah.
the person you are.
And you know you're not.
That's success.
You don't know you're gonna look over your back over someone trying
Yeah.
to kill you or some shit. You know what I mean? You know you can go to bed like no one's gonna run into my crib on some
Yeah.
nonsense. Or someone's gonna link me at nighttime on some like dumb shit.
Yeah.
Success is being at peace with your spirit and yourself,
Yeah.
and making sure your fam's good, man.
Real shit.
Realistically, making sure your fam and your community is good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And loving yourself, man. Because loving yourself is to love the whole world around you better. Because when you love yourself, you understand what self is. And therefore, since everything in the world is reflective of you, when you love yourself, then you love the universe and world around you better.
Yeah, Shakespeare's last letter. Oh, sorry, not Shakespeare. Who was it? Albert Einstein. His last letter was to his daughter. And it's controversial, but he basically writes about a letter that he found out what the answer is.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah. So Einstein wrote, he's like, I found out what the answer is.
I didn't know he had a daughter.
Yeah, and he wrote, or his granddaughter, or someone he wrote to. And he writes that, I found out what God is. And he says, God is love.
Word.
He said, that's what God is.
Word.
He said it's a scientific thing that we have no explanation for. He said love is like literally a chemical reaction that we can't explain. He's like, that's what God is. That's what life is. Everything is love. You know? So he comes to the conclusion that he's writing his daughter or his or whoever, I'm not sure, I don't want to quote wrong, but that love is the answer to everything. It's love. You know? And it was deep, bro. I'm gonna send it to you.
I believe that. I believe love keeps everything in equal proportion. Love is what, when you plant a seed in the earth, that's what causes it to go through its cycles and break through the ground and then grow into a tomato plant.
Yeah.
Love is what keeps, the seed in the woman strong from first month to 9 months of the semester not semester, but the whole entire pregnancy period. And love is what delivers the baby. And love is what keeps the sun and planets in orbit. And love is what keeps the sun from not moving a foot closer to us. Because if it moved a foot closer, we'd be toast us.
We dead.
It's everything
like
we
the
toast.
perfection of this world is too crazy.
Yeah, love keeps everything in proportion. And like alignment. When you're aligned to things, like see how I look at it? It's like, when you keep your body in good proportion, your back straight, you feel better, you know what I mean? When you're like this, you feel like shit. But at the same time, we're kind of reflecting the universe, bro. Because if you look at it like this, even though we can't see all the stars in the sky right now because of the pollution and stuff, it doesn't mean that we're not under a celestial body right now. We're not, me and you are each under an individual star or planet right now. Because there's so many things above and around us, right? So those things also hold an influence to us as well. So those things are put in alignment perfectly. They're not moving out of place. But once we get ourselves in alignment mentally, physically, spiritually, everything starts opening up to us. Once we're in non-alignment, hence dis-ease, you're dis-ease, you're not in ease, you're distant from your ease, you create more dysfunction. You know what I mean? More distance.
Yeah.
Why are you dissing for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you're in alignment with yourself, with your girl, with your family, with your friends, with your business, with your past, with your spirit, things open up. And that's harmony. You know what I mean? Because when you're not in alignment, it's like, not in alignment is like starting a fade on some next level shit. You start a fucking bald fade and you put like the bald line in some weird place. You know what I mean? You're not doing your steps. You're not breaking it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like, once people really realize, like, you have to be humble with the process of life and be patient.
You have to be, bro. And sometimes it's the hardest thing, but it's the most valuable thing.
And only time will teach you that, you know what I mean? Just being in alignment to what you believe in. That's what I'm saying. Just being in alignment to what you believe in.
Personally, it was like I was a kid that always wanted everything at the moment, right away. You know?
We all were.
We all are.
We all were.
And it's like, it's hard, but it's like, then again, like things, sometimes you just really have to learn by yourself.
You need a solitude.
You need to learn by yourself, bro. As much as people tell you stuff, you have to learn by yourself. But the big difference, they say a smart man learns from his own mistakes, but a wise man learns from others' mistakes. And it's true. Because if you can learn from someone else's mistakes, you don't have to go through it. You know? You're smart, and if you learn from your own mistakes, then you're already ahead.
Soaking in game.
you're already learning from your own mistakes, which is perfect. But if you can learn from someone else's mistakes and not do that and not go through the process, then you're a wise man. You know? You don't put yourself in that position or that situation. So, Tito.
Bro, honestly, this has been amazing, bro.
Honestly, I had a pleasure, man.
This is the first of many, and I appreciate that you're able to like shed light on a lot of things, bro.
Bro, there's gonna be a lot more we're gonna talk about in the future, and a lot more we could talk about. But I'd like to thank to Tito for coming here and, you know, doing this little video and just talking about life. And I was talking to him before we shot the video of just talking about like stuff that naturally matters.
Yeah.
You know, talking about just connecting.
Yeah.
It's way deeper than just shooting a video and looking for views. Because I'm not a person like that. I really don't care if this video gets 1 view or 1 million views. It's about just sitting with you, talking about life, and you getting an inside of my life.
I'm inspired,
and
bro.
my brain.
I'm inspired.
And allowing people to get a view on my brain and my life.
Inspired as fuck,
you know?
Real
Because
shit.
like I was telling you outside, is...
So if anyone doesn't know, this guy was showing me black belt karate, like MMA, Wing Chun moves, and I'm inspired,
Yeah.
Like,
I gotta...
that's real shit. Like,
I gotta say this to anyone that's watching is, I told Tito this too. Life is like a bird, right? You have a bird, and if you hold it in your hand too tight, it's gonna suffocate and die. And if you hold it too loosely, it's gonna fly away. So you gotta learn to hold it just right. You gotta learn to hold life perfectly. Not too loose, not too tight. Just hold it perfectly, and that's the key. That's the key to success in my eyes. Is knowing how to do things in the perfect essence. Sometimes we get too lost, you know? Sometimes we work too hard. We work too little. It's in the middle. Just learning that line, you know? And honestly, I just like to just invite anyone that's in the Richmond Hill area to come check out the shop, man. Get a haircut, get fresh. Maybe we have a nice talk. And just thank you for everyone that, you know, believes in me and supports me. And, you know, hopefully bigger and better things will come among us. And just thank you, man. Thank you, Tito. My man.
My brother.
My man.
My brother. Let's take one more shot, bro. I'm empty. You gotta fill me back up, bro.
I gotta fill you up.
My G. Thank you, my brother. This one for Ace, man.
For Ace.
For Ace.
Cheers.
Thank you, my brother. I love you so much, man. This is the first of many.
First of many, Tito.
Words of swords.
Words of swords.
Be so good they can't deny you.
Tito's gonna do big things, man.
Be so good they can't deny you.
Be so good that they can't deny you. Ace the Barbershop, we out.
Out of here, baby. Out of here, baby. Out of here, baby.